Good evening, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Sorry for the delay, but now welcome to Wolfdash 4 2DTP any% tournament of 2024. We have a double header today from Redemption Bracket and from Lower Bracket Round 2. And it's gonna be JD versus bewildebeest and Wolfgarden versus Little Tuffy. There's a small delay for one of the runners, but now we're ready. So let's dive onto the layout and let's hand it over to our two commentators, to QWERTY and to FX. Take it away.
Hello.
Hi, I'm definitely not FX, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. We get to see two of the super top runners in the game compete, and we also get to see various unique routes, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so, I mean, JD has been dropping close to 250 times lately. So, I have a feeling JD and Beast is going to be a close one.
Yeah, I've been watching Beast's derusts here and there, and I think they are like pretty much in the same ballpark right now as far as consistency goes, JD and bewildebeest. So I do think that will be close, bar any big unfortunate errors. And then from Tuffy, we're going to see the optimal Wii any% route, which has some pretty sweet tricks in there. So that's going to be pretty interesting. It's also quite unsafe for races, so we'll see how that goes.
Alright, I turned up my volume a bit. Hopefully I'm not quiet anymore.
You're good. Alright, everybody getting ready.
We are getting started right now.
Alright, there we go. So first off, I'm assuming we're going to see safe back in times, but you never know, someone might be crazy.
So we have 4 people going. Yeah, Tuffy loaded in like a second before everyone else did there.
Yeah, reloading speeds are crazy.
Fortunately,
Also-
we lose his time in other spots.
It's kind of funny. Oh, bad. Unlucky gate bonks for Tuffy and Morgan. But JD getting through. Wildebeest's on his way now.
And yeah, there's not really a safe bit on Wii. There's a safer bit, I guess.
Yeah, there's a setup-ish.
Nice gate, Tuffy.
Yeah, the gate is saying you shall not pass right now, which, well, hopefully Tuffy gets through soon.
Wow, a really mean gate.
Meanwhile, JD out in Farron, based on his
Really?
heels. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of a bad angle
Yeah,
with the analog
maybe.
stick for Tuffy.
Looks like she's angling towards the bridge. I usually angle back towards Orden. I don't know. Everyone does it differently.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter. It's mostly just basically RNG for humans. There we go. We're through.
Yes.
Let's
Nice.
see what this is going to look like.
Oh no.
Oh.
She didn't get the pause.
So there's a really quite annoying feature, let's say, on the Wii version where the way you pause or bring up item wheel is with the plus or minus buttons, but when you're swinging in the Wiimote, those buttons are disabled. And so what happened for Tuffy was she side hopped and was trying to pause, but she must have like slightly moved the Wiimote, and then the game doesn't let you, and then you just void out.
Alright, we have... Looks like... 1 second. Let me figure out where everyone is. Yeah, looks like we have JD in the lead. Oh no, Beast in the lead.
No, it should be JD. Beast is
Oh,
on his
no,
way to
yeah.
the key right now.
I got confused which caves people are in. Yes, JD in the lead.
Morgan's not far behind, so far mostly just rolling.
Yep,
Let's
but
see if
rolling
JD
is
does any.
hard.
Rolling is hard, especially in this area on GameCube where there's quite a bit of lag. Let's see if Beast
There's
does the lag
lag,
reduction.
there's
There's
hills everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you miss one roll, you're losing like seconds.
So no lag reduction strats so far. I imagine we won't be seeing him from Wolfgarden either. Sort of lag
Technically,
reduction.
all of the GameCube runners take a less laggy route here. We'll see Tuffy take a more direct route than anyone else.
Oh, Tuffy getting the back in time. That's good.
And not crashing.
That's later.
Yeah, you can crash there too.
I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was mostly later on. Oh, if you bring up the if you press
Yeah.
a button, you crash. Yeah, that's right. All right, so our GameCube runners are just about ready to go get some goats. Meanwhile, Tuffy's going to do something else.
Yes, Tuffy is going to go to the gorge with completely normal means.
Yeah, so this gate is closed, but that's okay, because in TP, gates are just a suggestion.
Most gates.
Yeah, most of them. So this one is fairly straightforward. You just jump attack into the gate, and then you hopefully get out on the other side.
Yeah, it has the same quote-unquote RNG as the other gate.
Yeah, I think it's based on your, like, what frame of your roll you bonk on. But yeah, so that way Tuffy can get out of Farron and into Hyrule Field.
Jay just did an opponent slide, a glitch that is swag but completely useless in his route, but has very important use in the route that Morgan is running.
Yeah, I guess we could touch quickly on the route differences. So we have bewildebeest and JD running what is considered the optimal route with current knowledge. They get bombs. Meanwhile, Morgan's route, I think he's just going for the Zora armor, or is he also going to get bombs? That one is.
Let me think.
Like, intermediate should just be doing Zora armor, but
Oh
technically
yeah,
bombs.
Tuffy just got seam clip like very quickly.
Nice. With the opponent setup to just in case. So why she saved there is because frame perfect trick is coming up that if failed ends your run. So she saved so that she can just go back and retry it in case it misses. So JD and Bodebeest are wrestling bow. Morgan is also about to start. Meanwhile, Tuffy is in
Flying
a bit
around.
of a roundabout way, riding her opponent around out of bounds, and the point is to go all the way around and back to the Elden loading area in order to load in this little connecting region of Farron and Elden. And then she has to go all the way around again, clip into that region, and then she can go to the gorge to do Gorge Void. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of riding opponent around.
Yeah, this is to bypass the Twilight Wall.
Yep. So she loaded in the connecting area. You can barely see it on the minimap. And now she has to clip into that area. The cargo is kind of annoying her. So JD and Beast pretty much tied right now.
Oh no, she lost too much. She didn't gain enough height, and then she voided there.
Oh yeah, there's two kinds of, let's say, out of bounds regions in the game. There's just regular voids, and there are black voids. And if you go over black voids, you will lose height even if you're on a bone out of bounds. And then there's nothing you can do. You have to just reset and go again.
Luckily, she positioned Epona earlier, so she doesn't have to do CM clip again. Just hop on her out of bounds like that. We have some very synced tunnels from JD and Beast.
Yeah, I think they're about a second apart, so that's pretty close.
Yep. So now they're both in the sewer section, which introduces a lot of wolf movement and techniques. They're both going to go for a trick called Box Breaker, which is slightly precise timing-wise to break this box right before this cutscene starts. And that saves 3 or 4 frames after the cutscene, where you don't have to break the box.
Yep, they both got it, so that was nice. Morin is also about to enter the sewers. And we'll probably see them try it as well.
So we're going to try and grab this chain from as far away as possible. And then at the end of this tunnel they're in, they're going to try and exit in a certain way to activate a cutscene about half a second earlier than normal. JD didn't get it. No, neither of them got it, it looks like. And now they're going to B-attack over this small gap here to make it so they gain less height and land sooner, so they can dash again immediately. And then when they dash off the edge of those ledges, it immediately cancels their dash, so when they land, they can dash again. So they'll be spacing their dashes to try and dash off of ledges when possible.
Alright, Tuffy is about to attempt Gorge Void.
This is the one framer, and if she doesn't get it, she's soft locked because Minda will try and make her warp away. And she has no portals to warp to.
This has been a bit of an awkward fight, but there we go. Alright, let's see if she gets the Gorge Void.
Nice.
Let's get it.
That's
Very
it.
nice.
JD and Beast both look staring at Minna's TDs. So that was a trick that saves like 5 frames where you can talk to Minna there from as far away as possible. And it'll skip some of her dialogue later on. Yep, this is like 4th or 5th race in a row where Tuffy has gotten Gorge Void first try.
It's a free trick, actually. Never failed.
JD and Beast are very nicely in sync. Hopefully they both get first try Hugo. So there's a 1 frame cutscene skip they can do here if they get a jump attack. Beast missed it, JD got it. So JD just took the lead by a tiny bit, like by frames. They'll go for a B attack into this cutscene, so they can move as the cutscene starts.
Right, so now that Tuffy did the Gorge Void and set up a bit for later on in the run, so basically the whole point of doing that, riding around with Epona and Gorge Voiding, is so that she can later on not do the rest of Forest Temple. She can just get the boomerang and then leave. Doesn't have to go do Diababa, because you already have...
Wow, that entire rooftop was just completely synced. Okay, JD's ahead by like 5 frames.
Well, so we have a bit of an RNG part coming up, where the runners have to corral a Boblin and position him in such a way that they can jump attack at the boblin, and then jump attack again to use what we call enemy long jumps. And in doing so, they will try to skip a barrier, so to speak. There's a
Oh,
cutscene.
so Beast
That,
got way better RNG than JD did there.
So there's a cutscene trigger on the ground near the entrance to Farron Woods, and this cutscene trigger actually blocks you from entering Farron Woods. But using this boblin and jump attacking at the boblin can give you just enough speed and distance that you can actually skip over that trigger, and then you can enter Farron Woods anyway.
It's hard.
It's reasonably precise, yes.
Yes, and if you fail it, you lose like 80 to 90 seconds. So it's really bad to fail. They'll probably take it a bit carefully.
Beast getting... Oh, he didn't
Oh,
get...
Beast. Okay, so that's something that can happen.
Yeah.
There's some weird quirks of wolf movement where if you back hop, or if you hold back and hit A on the same frame,
Beast.
nice. You'll jump attack instead of back hop, and that's what just happened to Beast there.
Yeah, it's...
So JD's in, so JD's a good 80, 90 seconds ahead now.
Yep, that was a clean Sword and Shield skip by JD. Yeah, so this is just something that happens as a speedrunner where you try to be fast, and in trying to be fast, you end up doing inputs in the wrong order sometimes, and that's essentially what happened to Beast, and therefore he has to go do it again. Morgan with the gold enter Farron. Very nice. So yeah, Tuffy's gonna do some goats herding now. Meanwhile, Beast is working on Hugo. Also gets it, nice. Alright, so our GameCube runners are in Farron Woods. So casually,
Pretty good goats from Tuffy.
yeah, 24, not bad, not bad. Casually, you're supposed to get the Vessel of Light and then go kill these little bugs that you can see crawling around, the little sparks of electricity. But in the optimal route, you don't actually have to do that, because the only thing you really care about in going through Farron is getting to the Master Sword. And other than that, it's
JD and Beast.
pointless.
You won't see them getting those bugs, but Morgan and Tuffy both will.
Yeah, and for different reasons, if I recall.
It's both for... Actually, no, yeah, it's just both for bite, right?
Yes. They're setting up a different trick to get to Kakariko Village later. Oh, interesting. That's... okay.
Yeah, because Morgan isn't completing... Well, neither are completing Forest Temple.
Yeah, of course. So, the reason Morgan isn't collecting these tiers is because he's kind of come back through the area later, and he'll then collect them. Though I think he's going to grab the one outside this building in just a moment, unless strategies have changed since I last ran this.
So JD's going for a trick called Early Master Sword, and he gets it first try.
Very nice.
So he used that Shadow Beast to do a super jump up onto this ledge, and then he can just jump through this wall and land here outside the Sacred Grove, which you're not supposed to be able to get to until after Lakebed, but we haven't even gone to a single dungeon yet.
And it's very convenient that we're Wolf right now because of the Twilight, because it lets us just do the Sacred Grove as if we had done Lakebed, which is supposed to be the third dungeon in the game. Because, funnily enough, the game expects you to be Wolf the first time you get to, sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Expects you to be Wolf the first time you get to Sacred Grove. So just a happy coincidence.
Yeah, you technically can go through it as human, but I believe it requires like a 4-hour rupee slide. Oh,
Yes.
Beast just missed early Master Sword there. He was up on the ledge and then slid off. So I'll go for a quick retry here. He might go for fast EMS. Looks like not.
No. That would be quite crazy.
I know Geese uses
Yes,
fast EMS to back up.
It makes sense. I think that, like, from the perspective
That was
of
risky.
like, well, if I fail again, the run isn't good enough to continue. I can see
Yeah.
people doing fast EMS on the second try to see if they can kind of make it not as bad.
It's like Morgan golded their Interferon, which is nice.
Mhm.
And Tuffy gold Iron Boots, nice.
By a good bit as well, it seems. Alright, Morgan coming up on EMS as well. Let's see if they can get it.
So
Fast
they got a
swing.
bad swing there, which you can't really go on. You technically can, but you're basically never going to get it. There's a good swing, but they were angled a little bit too parallel with the wall there. It looks like you can just kind of angle very sharp into the wall, but if you do that, you'll always bonk on the wall and fall off. So you kind of have to take a pretty specific angle.
So JD's fighting the puppet. 3 cycles of... Oh,
And
that's
they
really
had to
unlucky for
kill him there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had no choice. They had to, because they only had 1 heart left.
So they've gotten 4 bad swings and only 1 good one, which is very unlucky.
Whoa.
5 bad swings.
So many bad swings for Morgan. It's wild.
Oh nice, Beast got the funny thing.
He's gonna be able to chase him down.
Yeah. Wow, he caught him. You usually don't see that very often, where you can actually like touch him there.
Meanwhile, JD is solving this really difficult puzzle.
Left, down, up, right, down, down,
Oh.
left, up.
Very close to that one for Morgan. It is a really tough trick, so it's important to not get too
Yeah.
discouraged when you miss it once or twice.
And it's easy to snowball on this trick specifically because after a while, you'll like, if you take enough hits, you'll be on low health, and then you'll be like, oh, it's just a waste of time for me to get more health. I'm just gonna keep on going. Then you'll start going for bad swings. And you'll just start like getting impatient with the trick and going early because you don't want to get hit. Ah, just not quite it. Alright, we do have... Alright, let's see, what's the time difference between JD and Beast now?
It seems to still be around that 90 seconds-ish.
Yeah, it's a bit over a minute.
So the master cutscene itself is 2 minutes long from start to end. And it looks like Beast is going to get to the master a little before the cutscene ends for JD.
Morgan, I swear EMS is different on GZ. I swear it is. There it is.
Nice.
Now just don't void. It's very easy to void out in this jump.
Got it?
Alright, that works. Then they're gonna get some health here because if you die in this chase section, you have to restart the whole thing.
So it's looking like there's a little over 1.5 minutes of difference between JD and bewildebeest right now.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of stuff that can happen.
And then between Tuffy and Morgan, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, the Wii route doesn't really converge with GameCube until very late in the run.
Yeah, we won't know until, let me think. Enter Arbiters?
I would even say it's more like after the Poe Gate.
Just because of
There's
the
LJAs.
chandelier.
There's there's a different way to do
Yeah, that
Poe
makes
on
sense.
skip on Wii. Nice, yeah, nice sort of shield skip by Tuffy.
Yeah, Pogate, I guess, is where sync would kind of happen, but sync never really does happen
Yeah,
between
it's
these two routes because Morgan will have Zora armor, which changes things in Zant, and they don't have bombs, and there's just other stuff.
yeah.
And then load times.
The Zora armor saves like 6 seconds on the Zant fight. That's kind of it.
Tuffy will have bombs too. I don't think Morgan is going to get bombs.
I don't think they will, but I think technically speaking, it's faster to get bombs. Even though you wouldn't really use them other than Stallard skip.
I don't actually know.
I know this because this was found out for the no saving quit route, and any percent no saving quit. It's faster to get bombs just for Stallard skip.
That kind of makes sense, yeah. I guess I could see that, but I know that Morgan doesn't do Stallard skip, so not.
Then they probably shouldn't be getting bombs, but
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe they have a surprise in mind.
Skull Kid check.
The classic. Skull Kid has this animation where he will sometimes look around the room, and while he's doing that, the cutscene for the fight doesn't trigger. So you'll be pressing start to skip a cutscene that hasn't started yet.
Alright, so when JD enters the forest temple here, he's gonna do the back in time glitch again.
That was a really nice double bug kill by Tuffy. I didn't even know you
I
could
love
do a
his
spin
angle
attack
setup
with that.
there. Alright, he paused the game on a certain frame so that you can save the game, then void out and reset at the same time. Then he saved outside of Bo's house earlier. So he's gonna jump into the void and then load that file as he voids out. And that will put him in the King Boblin 1 fight. And a cutscene is gonna start, he's gonna reset the game and then skip the cutscene during the reset. And that will magically give him all of the monkeys that he needs in the Forest Temple. And other things that he needs as well later on. But yeah, it sets that entire thing was just to set some persistent flag in memory that corresponds to boss fight starting cutscenes and also happens to be the number of monkeys you have in the Forest Temple.
Yep, they just connected this value to various different things in the game. Primarily, yeah, boss cutscenes, but also just other things where they needed a temporary value to keep track of something, such as how many monkeys you have in the Forest Temple. Oh,
JD is rich.
Yep, going for the blue rupee. I think that is technically not really worth it, but you might as well in a race. Like, it's just free money, a bit of a
Morgan said
guarantee.
Lamau. Are we gonna see a Masorda here? Nice. Masorda. Oh, that's a big Masorda. Well, you still have a chance to see Nancy on Beast's screen here, because he is about to go past Nancy.
Beast has had some atrocious Nancy RNG in his Z-rusting. I was watching the other day and he had like a 20-second time loss on Nancy.
Yeah, we
So-
might see a Nancy massacre here. There she is.
Yep, that top left spider there is Nancy. Oh, so Tuffy coming up on EMS right now.
Nice.
Get first try, very nice. That was really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, Tuffy's pretty good at EMS from what I can tell. Looks like we did have a Nancy massacre.
Lots of gold splits for Tuffy so far. Pretty sweet when you're in a race. So JD is just gonna pick up the boomerang right now, and then he's gonna leave the dungeon because that's the only reason to come here is to get the boomerang. Because you don't need to do the rest of the dungeon to actually finish the game.
Yep, we just need the boomerang, and we got the special flag we were talking about on the way. So we also need that later.
JD not using multiple save cards.
Nice map warp without map warping Morgan. See how many hops Beast gets. 2, 3, 4. 4 is the most common amount of hops that you can get.
Yep, that's right. You'll see it. I think it was like 1% more often than 3.
Yep. Well, 3 and 2. 3 and 2 have the same likelihood. Why can't you get EBF for Ook? Because Ook doesn't use EBF.
Which is strange because he does have an intro cutscene that spawns some enemies and stuff, so it's weird they decided not to use it. In a sense. Oh, JD.
Maybe because it could screw up your monkey count in Forest Temple.
Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe we're like, wait, we've already been using the monkey count. Need something else. But,
Actually, RG, it stands for early boss fights. That's what everybody who says that sounds like.
Right. Morgan picking up the yellow while he's waiting on these tiers to properly spawn in. Well, sorry.
Now Morgan is getting revenge on these shadow beasts that caused him to lose so much time on EMS earlier.
Yep. And then they are gonna go enter Forest Temple as well. Let's see if they get a good Forest Temple bite. Meanwhile, Tuffy is about to go get the Master Sword, so she's trucking along. Oh, these bugs are being unkind.
So now JD is approaching Gorge Void that we saw Tuffy do earlier. Same one-frame trick, but if he gets it, his game isn't soft-locked because he does have portals that he can warp away to. Fortunately, we don't want to warp away. That'll lose us about a minute to take a trip back after we warp away. So he's going to try and get Gorge Void as well, and if he misses it, he loses a minute, and he missed it. That was not it. So if Beast gets it, he can pull back a little bit.
Oh, that was weird. I thought Morgan had the right frame. but they must have somehow
I
made a
wasn't
small
paying
error.
attention.
No, yeah, they must have made a small error somehow.
I mean, one of the errors I know is like you can press A too early, but I don't know if that's what happened.
Oh, they hadn't quite had the angle for it. Hit the loading zone.
Yeah, that can happen too.
Okay, so because JD didn't hit Gorge Void, he's dropping about a minute because of routing consequences to not getting that Gorge Void. So if Beast does get it, it will be kind of an equalizer. So we could have a look at Beast's stream, and
Yep.
if he gets
Hopefully
it,
he gets it.
yeah. If he gets it, that would be pretty exciting.
Yep, that would make up for most of his time lost with Sword and Shield skip.
Yep.
Here goes. And he gets it.
Nice.
So
All
yeah,
right.
that probably puts him about 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's probably still going to be slightly behind JD, but by no means an impossible deficit. It'll
Yeah.
be a close race for sure.
So now he's about to do my personal favorite trick. It's called Rupee Roll. He's going to dig up a yellow rupee here, then transform over here, and then bring it over with the boomerang and try and get that rupee at a specific spot over this fence. And then he'll use the boomerang being over the fence as well to do a long jump attack on top of the fence and grab the rupee. Then he can mash out of this rupee text and get a roll on top of the fence and end up on the other side. And next, with some precise side hops here, can get over here and then do a long jump attack over the entire gorge.
One of the coolest long jump attacks in the game for sure.
Yeah. Very, very. It's not that hard of a trick. It's hard to learn, but it's like a very skilled trick. There's no RNG. It's the same every time.
Yeah, like you could argue that there is like very minor RNG with how the yellow rupee lands, but almost never will it actually influence how you do the trick. So
What do you mean how it lands? It always goes out at the angle you dig it from.
right, so technically skill based, but if you're trying to be really fast,
Yeah, I
it can
guess.
feel
You
a
could
little
call
bit
it quote-unquote RNG, I guess.
yeah, it's the type of just wow, that was unlucky, which isn't actually RNG.
Yeah. But there's always a way to back that up, too.
Yeah, even if it's like a bad angle, you can still do it just fine.
So it looks like Morgan just accidentally voided out in the monkey chain there, but that was actually on purpose. It just so happens that voiding in this specific spot resets the early boss fight's value. So now Beast is going to go back over to the Gorge and then hit the trigger that he avoided on purpose earlier with Gorge Void. He can hit it now because he just got the Kakariko Warp Portal, so now he can warp away safely without having to take an entire trip back to the Gorge later because he can just warp back to Kakariko.
We just saw JD clip out of bounds with the car rock, which is about a 6-second time save if I recall correctly, compared to taking the big S-shaped bend you can see on the minimap.
Tuffy is on WeFlow, Arju, so she's playing on a console, but loaded off of an SD card. That doesn't make a massive difference for loads on Wii.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal. Wii loads are already very fast compared to GameCube to begin with. And I think WeFlow SD loaded doesn't change much about it. Alright, Morgan picking up the boomerang. So they'll be on their way to leave Farron as well, right after they complete the Twilight.
Yep. And then they will be getting to Eldon with some slightly nefarious means, which is why they completed Farron in the first place.
Essentially, the trick that was used to void out in Forest Temple near the dungeon's beginning, and fight and go to the King Boblin fight. You can also just go and actually fight King Boblin in that cutscene, and then you will end up in Kakariko. So that is what
Yep.
Morgan is going to be doing later on in their run.
And you can do it in such a way that you'll be in King Bolin with all of your items.
Yep. And it's the whole point of doing that is that you don't have to go do Gorge Void. Or Rupee Roll. Those are the main points of using King Bolin to get to Kakariko. Right, so we see JD is now going to go to Kakariko. He's going to go do Rupee Roll. Meanwhile, Beast is now fighting the Kargrok that JD was fighting earlier. So they're like switched around in terms of how they're approaching the village of Kakariko, because JD missed the Gorge Void.
Beast is going for a bit of a risky strat here that has a chance to crash the game, but if you know what you're doing, you should always be able to avoid the crash. Is there a reason when you do the little void out into the King Boblin fight, the house music plays? Yes. It's because we saved outside of Bo's house, and even if you save outside of Bo's house, the game still puts you back in Bo's house when you like load that save. And then when we're doing Bite, that save is the save that we load. Not when we're doing Bite, when we're doing early monkeys. And it just so happens that how the Bite glitch works, it plays the music from the last place that you saved when you load that save for the Bite. So yeah, that's the music from Bo's house specifically.
Alright, Tuffy going for Bite. Missed the frame, it looks like. And it's worth noting that when you're running the Wii version, if you're trying to do the Bite glitch, the game can just crash sometimes. There are setups to minimize the risk. And so hopefully
that looks like the correct phone to me.
No crash.
Nice. There it is.
JD Rupee rolling as we speak. Looking good.
Yeah, I believe she went for a safer method there to avoid the crash, but I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, I think she voided out first on purpose and then went for the trick, and that's supposed to be mostly consistent in avoiding the crash.
Oh, and JD is running around a King Boblin 1 trigger. It doesn't extend all the way to the walls there, but hitting it loses a good 90 seconds, so you don't want to do that. And yeah, it looks like Beast will be about 20-30 seconds behind JD here at Vessel. So when they both get Elden Vessel, that's when the got Gorge Void and didn't get Gorge Void routes converge.
It's Beast is just going to warp to Kakariko now, and JD is about to grab the vessel, so...
Yeah, about 20 seconds or so.
Very close. So let's see, JD had a 42.34 on the vessel, and Beast is looking like
15 seconds.
50, so yeah, they're Yeah, within 20 seconds of each other. Very, very close. Morgan
So
about
now
to
they're
get
both
to the living room.
in Elden Twilight, which is a very high skill section of the game. It's not a hard section, as in like there's not a bunch of like difficult tricks that'll lose a lot of time, but there's a lot of small things you can do to optimize.
Yeah, the Elden Twilight is very technical, mostly. Clean basement by JD. Let's see if Beast
So
also gets it.
yeah, Beast is approaching these bugs in a very controlled way to make sure that they don't scurry around.
It's worth noting that you're you're supposed to approach that room from the other side, casually, and so the bugs behave very differently in a 90% run, and that's how you can make them not move around at all, because they're supposed to detect you from the other side. So Tuffy is now picking up the ending blow, which is one of the few hard requirements for actually being able to finish the game.
JD lit that fireplace, then stood in a specific spot so that the bug would always jump down to him. Then he bonked there on purpose to knock this bug that he's going to right now off the wall. That was all very good.
Let's quickly
That was
have a
a
look
nice
at
aim.
Morgan doing the out of bounds with the car rock. Oh, no. I didn't realize that they don't do that. Never mind.
Yeah, I think they do it sometimes, but slightly risky thing to go for.
Mm,
Saves 5 or 6 seconds, and avoiding on it loses 30, 40, something like that.
yep. It's very respectable to not go for it in a race. So Nancy not being too rude to Tuffy. That's nice.
And for a very brief moment, for like a half second, Beast and JD were in the same room.
Oh, Beast pushed the bug a little bit. That's nice.
Yeah, he did that because you can't stand in the corner and get it with a jump attack immediately when it's collectible unless you push it out of the corner a bit. So JD is going to be going for a trick called Bomb House Skip, and he'll probably do it as Wolf, which is slightly harder than as human. But he's going to use a setup here, some side hops and jump attacks, to get onto this fence out here, and then set up a precise jump here to get across to this bug without using the stairs. That skips the trigger of the bug appearing until he gets close to it, so he can kill it before it goes into the house. And then, when you do that, the game just counts the house as completed. Saves 30 seconds or so.
I believe it's something like that, yeah. Beast got it as well. Very nice.
Yep.
So this watchtower has a bug as well, which has some RNG to it. I see JD is not going for the setup, just winging it. Is Beast gonna do the setup? Let's see.
Yes, there's a consistent way you can do this bug where you can get hit and then do a charge attack from behind you. Looks like Beast is kind of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
I think he meant to do it, but he got weird pots. JD went for a side hop there, which saves a bit of time.
Oh, this is very... Okay, that works out for Morgan. That's good.
So if you watch Beast's screen here, he's going to be going for a technique called quick climbs, where if you climb in such a way that the animation would put you out of bounds, the game just finishes the climbing animation immediately. And he got one of them there. Then JD is going to be trying to space his dashes here such that he can always be dashing off of a ledge, which cancels his dash and lets him dash again immediately.
So we saw Morgan damage down a little bit, intentionally letting themselves get hit by the bokoblins, because they're going to do a death warp in just a bit. Because right now they're near the entrance to Forest Temple, but where they really want to be after getting this ending blow skill is back at the entry to Farron Woods to do the bite glitch again, just like Tuffy did earlier. And it just so happens that the fastest way to do that is to just game over, and the game will put you back at the entrance to Farron Woods. JD coming up on the end of Elden Twilight.
Yeah, with a pretty good Elden Twilight, actually.
As we say that. Getting trolled
I
by
mean,
one of
I don't
those.
think he lost that much time on that. He still got like a sub 650. See what Beast gets. Looks like he'll also get a sub 650. Yeah, so no major mistakes in Elden Twilight for either of them. Fairly clean.
And there we go. Morgan going into the game
Morgan
over.
died XD. So there is some RNG with how fast this meteor falls. So you can like gain or lose a second on RNG here, which is nice.
Always fun.
That was just recently discovered that it has RNG.
Morgan doing this setup. Very nice.
Just realized that Tuffy has golded 5 segments so far.
Yeah, she is playing really well.
Yeah, actually, like, besides, like, the gate incident at the beginning, everything has been pretty good.
Right, so now Morgan is going to fight King Boblin.
I'll be right back.
Because when you actually fight King Boblin, as mentioned, the game will end up placing you in Kakariko Village, which is it just happens to be the place where Morgan wants to go anyway, so that's why they're fighting King Boblin. Meanwhile, JD is about to collect the vessel for Lineru, and Beast is on his heels right there. Alright, Morgan knocking King Boblin down into the chasm. So the Lineru Twilight differs from Elden Twilight in 2 main ways. For one, the Lineru region in the game is much bigger than Elden, and so it takes much more time to get to all the places where the bugs are placed. And in the second part is that many of the bugs in the Lineru Twilight actually have much more RNG to them than the bugs in Elden do. And so Lineru is still very technical, and it still requires you to be very much aware of what you're doing. But even if you're doing everything right, you can still lose quite a lot of time. So let's see what happens between JD and Beast on this split, because they don't have all of it in control. Some of it is just luck.
Did I miss anything of note?
Morgan's King Boblin fight was quite good.
Alright.
And I would say that was mostly it. Let's see, Tuffy attempting... Oh, doesn't quite get the bomb house skip.
Yeah, so we actually is required to do the wolf version of Baumhaus skip, as they can't do the LJA required for the human version. Build Elden Vessel Gold to the messengers. Very sad.
Alright, Tuffy on the ledge.
Beast is approaching this bug with a bit of a setup, as it can be an annoying one.
And Tuffy succeeding in Bomber skip as well. Very nice. Oh, this requires a backup with a side hop, and she does know it. Very good.
I did something similar today, Morgan. I side hopped twice before cage break on accident, and then I golded by like 0.1, and I was kind of mad.
JD got the double kill on the lily pad.
Oh wow! So, yeah, you don't see that every day. That's really good. Those
That's
bugs
really
can be
fast.
really annoying.
Oh, and the rupee RNG.
Wow, he's rich.
JD is swimming in money.
Yeah, so this is what happens when you don't get the double. If you look at Beast's screen, still handled it fairly well there.
Yeah, that went okay. Just a little
Then
bit.
he'll try and
trolling.
dash across here. Oh, I thought he was going to go for that lily pad. So Morgan is entering Malamart, and they're going to just bonk on this wall and then turn on senses, and the bug will come straight down to them.
Yep, that one is completely consistent. It's very funny. You can just stand there and wait for it to come to you.
Completely consistent if you do the manip correctly.
Yeah, provided you bomb. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate. Right, so now JD has to just run forwards for quite a bit, because as I mentioned, the Laniru province is quite big. But we have to run through most of it to go get the final bug. Well, not the final one, but to get one of the bugs that is hiding in Castletown. Beast is, I would say, maybe half a minute behind at this point.
Is there a case where sometimes runners will get the cutscene coming into Upper Zors River and sometimes not? I might be misremembering. I've never heard of that.
That cutscene plays if you have senses turned on. There is two Zora talking to each other if you have senses turned on.
You mean that cutscene? I thought she meant the one that just normally plays.
So Tuffy just rounding out the Elden Twilight. You've had the normal cutscene not play before, really?
Really?
I've never heard of that.
Do you have a clip of that, Morgan?
Yeah.
That sounds like time save.
Yeah, I would be very interested in that as well. But let's focus on your race first.
Yeah.
You're doing
But
quite well.
do remember if you have a clip of that.
Nice.
JD's going for a specific way of approaching this bug.
Didn't
Don't
quite
know if that. Yeah, you have to kind of approach it with a very specific angle,
Yeah,
and it'll
so
just kind of hop down immediately.
the way that bug works is that it's invincible on that upper ledge, and it only becomes targetable, or it only becomes vulnerable once it's down in the lower portion of the area. and so if it just runs around up there, you just have to wait for it to come down. Let's see if Beast gets it.
Yeah, Beast got it.
Nice. That's a little bit of time save.
He's going to be very careful to make sure this tier fully collects before warping away. Otherwise, he'd have to go all the way back to get it. Just like 4-minute time loss, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
No, you get the Castle Time portal, so you can warp back.
Oh, right.
But
it's like 2 minutes, maybe.
It's pretty bad. But everybody does it once. They warp away without a tier at some point in their speedrun.
Yeah, I think the one that might be more common is the lily pad bug. Yeah, the lily pads bug. Not the lily pads, the stepping stones bug.
Yeah,
that
stepping stones I think is more easy to accidentally warp away without actually collecting it.
Yeah, that's the one that I've done. I've not had the misfortune of warping away early from the Castle Town one yet. Or like leaving the watchtower early. That's another one that happens.
So Tuffy riding opponent out of bounds.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
So enjoy the view.
Yeah, so she did a glitch. She did a glitch called map glitch, where she calls Midna and then opens the map to warp away on the same frame, and that cancels the warp. But since the warp started, all load zones and void planes are disabled during warps, so that continues to be the fact. So she can just kind of ride Epona out the back of where a load zone should be, and then into the air.
And the reason she went all this way around is because she had to avoid this black void, or yeah, black void, I guess, is what people mostly call it.
Yeah.
Which is in various areas around the overworld map, and so
Yeah.
you have to avoid them because otherwise you drop all the way down to the bottom, and then you have to reload your save file and try again.
And fortunately for her, Hyrule Field is like procedurally loaded as you go through it, so she doesn't have to go through load zone. She just has to hit certain checkpoints in order to get where she needs to go.
Yep. You see her running underneath the map there, and it loads in this little extra piece of terrain.
If you see that cube there, I believe that black cube she's going past just contains Ilya, just standing inside of it.
Yeah, it's the scent cutscene. It's
a fun one.
It's funny that that's how they solved the problem of how do we load this cutscene without needing loading screens. They just placed it in a box out of bounds, and they moved the camera there when you sniff the item that has the scent. So JD and Bewildebeest just finishing up with this Linear Twilight, fighting the big buggies.
Yep. Oh, what happened?
The bug was not grabbed by Beast on its way up.
I see. Yeah, Tuffy is doing all of this just to get to Linear.
So she's slowly walking closer and closer because she's trying to load in. There we go.
Yeah, you can see the land kind of popped into view there when she got close enough.
So JD is now going to Yalis, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. They both are.
Yeah.
And they're intentionally taking damage here. Because they're going to need to die later.
That's very grim. In-game, guys, in-game.
And then Tuffy is going to get rid of map glitch by going through this door. And then there's a clip that she can do here.
This is a very cool trick.
Forget the name of it.
I also forget, because it's so uncommon, but it's so cool. There
you
we go.
never. There it is. Yeah, it looks so sick.
It's very convenient that the whole of Lake Hylia is loaded in when you're there.
Yep.
It's worth mentioning that JD and Beast are both now activating this Golden Wolf, whereas both Morgan and Tuffy already collected the ending blow through their bite routes back in Farronwoods.
Yep. So JD is going to do a trick called Yalis, where, well, first he's going to go for a one-frame side hop. Didn't quite get it. Okay, now he's going to go do a trick called Yalis. He's going to talk to Isa and then do a specific position setup on these stairs so that he can go through a small trigger here that activates this Shadow Beast fight, but without putting him inside the barrier. And then he can go in it as Wolf, which you're not normally supposed to be able to do at this point in the game. And since he doesn't have Midna on his back, he's also not supposed to be able to complete this fight as Wolf at all. The only way that you can complete one of these fights is by killing the last two guys at the same time with a minute charge. But it just so happens that the game also allows you to do it with an A attack, as long as that A attack is very quick after the second to last one dies. So they do a setup there to get the Shadow Beast down to specific damage values so that they can kill the last two very quickly between each other. It was a relatively recently discovered skip. I say relatively because it was still like a year ago, but that's like with TP.
Oh, Tuffy avoiding out on the Karok out of bounds attempt.
Yeah.
So, on the Wii version, you have to aim the Karok with your cursor, and that can sometimes be a little bit finicky because there is a coding error that the devs didn't realize was there, and if you switch the axis of your cursor from, let's say, positive Y to negative Y while you're dashing, the controls will invert, and it can cause you to bonk into things, even if you didn't do anything wrong at all, other than simply moving the cursor a little too much.
Or if you aim at the exact center, I believe you just nosedive.
Yeah, if you're on 0-0 and you dash, I think it's also just a nosedive. Yep. So the safest way of doing it is to point somewhere at the screen, then dash, and once the dash ends, you point somewhere else and dash again. If you move your cursor while dashing, bad things can happen. JD getting the void out.
Oh yeah, so JD is going for a trick called Empty Lake Hylia, where he dies inside this minigame that you're not supposed to be able to die in. And that reloads the Lake Hylia area in the state of the minigame, and that happens to be without any actors. And the water in Lake Hylia is an actor. Oh, Beast just missed the void there. So yeah, now the lake is empty. And we're going to use that to our advantage to get into lake bed without the Zora armor.
Alright.
Or
So
water
this
bombs.
is a precise setup using buffered angles. So you bring up the down wheel and hold the analog stick fully right or left, and then by doing frame perfect inputs, you can get specific angles. And
Now
with
Beast
that
got it.
specific angle, you can do some pretty crazy things, such as
Yeah, so
entering
that's a
lake bed.
3-framer that JD just got for that bomb boost, and he got it first try. So Beast did fail to properly die in the minigame once, so he lost a bit of time to that. Probably puts him, I don't know, about a minute behind now.
It's probably something like that, yeah. JD is just playing really well right now. It's gonna be hard to keep up. But we're going to see the same setup again. So side up into the wall, then side up and backflip. Get
And
this
I guess
angle.
JD's only major mistake so far has been not getting Gorge Void. And Beast also gets the first try. That puts him 53 seconds behind.
Yeah, so roughly a minute. So by no means impossible, but definitely fairly sizable of a deficit. Meanwhile, Morgan is on their way to Castletown to get that bug. Just running forwards, running.
That was a nice double LJA on JD's screen. If you missed it, then watch Beast's screen in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, so Liquid Temple is a bit of a long jump playground because there's so many layers and raised areas, so you can quite easily set up LJAs everywhere.
So Beast just did a tiny little target walk before he did a normal walk and then rolled. That's called a DF walk, and it's the fastest way to accelerate in this game. At least from a standstill. You'll often see them do DF walks, like after they bonk on something, you can do a target walk to the side from around the thing you bonked on. And accelerate fast at the same time. Was that the zero cycle from JD?
I was distracted watching Beast's LJ. It might have been. It looks like it. It
Let's
looks
check
like
the
it is
gold.
because
Yeah, via gold it looks like it is.
looks like they're close to gold, so it must have gotten. We'll see Beast attempt it in just a bit as well. There's
Yeah, so that's a
way.
very hard trick that saves like 12 seconds.
Yeah, you can. So when the fight starts with Decutoad, the Decutoad will roar at you essentially, or croak, I suppose is the word. And while he does that, you can actually throw a bomb in his mouth. It's just about possible if you grab a bomb and throw the boomerang to get it in his mouth. So let's see if Beast gets it.
That looks like
Good.
it.
Yep, he did get it. And that's
Then you have to fit 10 slashes or a jump attack and 6 slashes here in a fairly precise window of time.
And yeah, that bomb trick skips having to deal with the little tadpoles, and that's why it saves time.
So now JD is going to do a trick called Boss Key Skip. So he's going to do another LJA here to get up onto this railing on the side of this bridge. Then he's going to do some sword slashes to clip into it. And then use a spin attack to set up his horizontal angle. And then he can just fall out of the bridge and right into the Morpheal fight. So, Morpheal is a bit tough. Specifically because we didn't get the Zora armor, and it's an underwater fight, so we're gonna have to do this fight without drowning somehow. Luckily, JD grabbed some water bombs, and there's some glitches involving water bombs that let you refill your air meter. So we'll get to those in a second. You have 6 frames of air left when you hit this cutscene. So this happens to be the perfect height of the arena. So he's going to do a jump spin here to try and one-cycle this first phase of Morpheal. And then he pulled a bomb, then opened the item wheel and forced unequipped iron boots as the bomb was pulled out.
Yeah, and the point of pulling water bombs and force unequipping boots is that you're not supposed to be able to carry a bomb while swimming. And so when you have this bomb in your hands, the game thinks that you're actually on land, or above water, rather. And so when you let go of the bomb, the game goes, okay, you're above ground, let's refill your air because you should be full of air right now.
Yeah.
And so we'll see that when JD lets go of the bomb, his air meter refills.
And
this
then
is
he's
one
putting
bomb,
on boots here.
one bomb RNG. Is
Yeah,
he
he
gonna
could go for
it?
one bomb. I don't know. He is ahead, so... it looks like he is going for it.
He is
Okay,
going for one
this
bomb.
could be it. This is also really risky.
It looks good.
Oh, that was a bit of a wait. Oh, I think that's not it. I think that's not it. Oh,
didn't get it.
no.
That's
JD,
tragic.
no. Okay, so that loses 3 minutes or more for JD there.
He went for the glory.
It was the waiting for the regrab frame that killed it. He waited for like 2 bobs there. He was trying to play it a bit safe, but waited just a little bit too long. And yeah, you will actually see Morgan, the person who asked about the Zora armor, you'll see them get it in a bit, so you can see for yourself. They're doing a route that does get it. Alright, let's see what Beast does for more fuel. Beast, it looks like he is not going for one bomb with this. Which is very respectable and fair because, like, I don't know if I doubt Beast is actually watching JD at the moment, but one bomb is just risky, RNG based, and finicky, loses a lot of time to fail, and saves only about 20 seconds on average when you do get it.
So JD is also going to have to pick up some extra water bombs somewhere later on.
Yep, so yeah, Beast is taking the lead. By basically a full Morpheal fight. So yeah, I'd say about 3 minutes or so, depending on how this goes.
Also, the race, but let's call it the race between Morgan and Tuffy. Right now, it looks like Morgan is quite ahead because they've already cleared Linear Twilight, but Tuffy isn't going to get the Zora armor. Well, Morgan is going to get it, and so that is a bit of a time investment for Morgan that allows Tuffy to catch up again. So they're actually a bit closer than it might seem.
Yeah, does Morgan have Ending Blow? I don't remember if Intermediate
Yes.
gets it in Farron. Okay.
They picked it up before the death warp to the entrance of Farron Woods. This is again one bomb RNG. Is he gonna go for it?
I wouldn't go for that one. This one would be tight.
Yeah, this one would be very risky.
Oh my. Okay, I thought he was gonna do it for a second. He was just swapping his quips.
Would have been the absolute madman if he had gone for that.
Nice.
I would have thought it was possible with that, but it would have been really.
Well, it definitely was possible, but you're pushing it with that one, in my opinion. Like you have to get fast regrabs, which isn't really something that you can control. You're basically at the mercy of whatever the fucking claw shot decides to do.
Morgan getting the King Boblin 2 skip. By voiding out in that specific area, you can actually spawn in after the intended boss fight that's on the bridge. The game just thinks that you've already done the boss fight and gives you the keys as well to boot. So now we have keys to open gates. This bug trolling Tuffy a little bit.
So that wasn't actually that bad of a retry on Morpheal for JD. Like, fairly fast recovery, getting boss kick skip again and going right back in. Looks like he'll only be just over 2 minutes behind now.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
I think, actually I don't remember if B splits on yes or on fade out.
So, um, the way you normally do this wagon escort is that you clear out the boblins, and then you have to just go with the cart, and then eventually you can go across a bridge and head to Kakariko. But
So they're gonna go for a trick.
yeah, because they didn't get the bridge. There is no bridge there. And so what Morin is actually going to do is an Epona slide, which is a frame-perfect dismount of Epona, where you will maintain your speed, and you don't fall during such a slide. So let's see if they get it.
Ah, did not get it. They filled it in a fairly bad way. Kind of have to just go back and do this whole section again.
Yeah, so each attempt takes, I think it's something like 1 minute 45 if I remember correctly from my own runs.
Yeah, but there's another way you can fail it where you backflip, and that loses a bit less time. Yeah, it is. You have to release R and hit A on the same frame, and then the frame window for you to do that is also fairly small.
Well, it's one frame. And then I guess you mean the
Yeah, like
actual
when
time
you
where you
like
can
when you
slide.
actually do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have a decent window.
Yeah, you probably have like a half second, maybe not that much, but you do have to. Releasing R is a bit finicky.
Yeah, I personally always went with the... Well, not always. I used to do unbuffereds, and then I switched to buffered because I was a bit annoyed with myself always losing Epona on the way over. Because if you do a really good Epona slide, you can actually get Epona all the way to the other side of the gorge as well, and that saves a few seconds. And so... I know some people swear by unbuffered, and others really like buffered. It's just a personal preference thing. And it seems that right now Morgan prefers unbuffered Epona slides. So they're coming up on it again. Let's see. Let's hope they get it this time.
Nice. Oh,
Nice.
what happened?
Oh. They went a little early with the slide. It's quite unlucky because they definitely had the speed and everything. It looked good.
Yeah,
Just
that was almost
Frame
it.
too early.
Alright, so now Beast is back in the sewer section that he was in. Almost, I guess over an hour ago. Oh, that just misses the rope there.
Yeah, and even though JD is behind by, well, about 2 minutes, let's say, let's not count him out because things
Oh,
can
for
change
sure.
quickly in this.
We're not even halfway through.
There's plenty of stuff.
Yeah, we've seen the lead change a bunch in the first half, and we're not even past the first half yet. There's a bunch more things that can still happen, so race is not even close to over.
So now
Alright, so-
Tuffy is coming up on. I think Yalis works on Wii 2. I don't quite remember, but I feel like
Yep.
it does.
It's exactly the same.
Great, so we're gonna see it again.
So Beast is trying to do some... I guess he's trying to optimize his movement as much as he possibly can on these rooftops, because he is trying to get a certain wind cycle where he can hop on this bridge at the end here without having to wait for it. And this looks like it should be fine. I bet he'll go for this.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gets bridged. Okay, so that bridge is notoriously bullshit.
Yeah. Because of the waving animation, you can sometimes get a random trip. And then, because you're already on a tight cycle, when you trip, you're just gonna void out.
There it is. Got it the second try.
And it loses, I think it's something like 25 seconds.
JD accidentally jumping off there. Not getting a dash there.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird interaction with exiting C up and holding forwards, you can sometimes get seemingly strange B attacks rather than dashes, and in that specific case, it's free time loss.
At the person who wanted to know where the Zora armor is, watch Morgan's screen now.
Alright, Tuffy warping away with the stolen bombs. And now they're gonna go to early or empty Lake Hylia as well. You switch to Gorse Pillar Clip just because opponent's light sucks when it fails. That's fair. I personally played Bite Zora Armor just because I liked the uniqueness of the route and the consistency. But
Yeah,
I think
I don't
if
think I'll ever go back to a Zora armor route. I just enjoy Morpheal. I like it as a part of the run.
Yeah. I think if I were to play any percent again, I'd probably just play the optimal route.
Do you plan on coming back to any percent plus champ?
Not anytime soon. Dude, my run is like a 57 with Bite CA, and I'm like, every time I look at them, I'm like, man, this is like a 53 with current optimal strats. So I don't know. I feel like I can definitely I could, but I don't know. I like Glitchless too much right now.
JD for going for a claw shot that basically nobody goes for.
It's theoretically time save, so
Yeah, it's just hard to make it actually be
yeah.
a time save.
Yeah, exactly. It's just exactly that. It's theoretical time save.
When
There's
Tuffy is doing the Lake Hylia bomb boost without an angle buffer, she just manually sets up the angle. Bit risky.
I'm sure
This is something that only recently got added to Wii.
Oh,
Yeah,
didn't
not
quite get it.
quite in the right spot. So Beast is doing map glitch again here to disable the void planes because he doesn't have the Reekfish scent here, and normally when you don't have that casually, you would just void out if you tried to climb Snow Peak. But since he disabled void planes, he can climb Snow Peak without voiding out. But there will be a lot of fog.
How's the race going? It's
Pretty good.
pretty good. We're seeing various routes, and JD and Beast are fairly close together. So I'd say there's something for everybody.
Yeah, there's been a lot of switch ups. Got to see an almost one bomb.
Alright. Attempt number 2 for Tuffy.
This looks better.
That looks good.
I think she was late though.
I think, yeah, it looked like the bomb, or the sword draw was a frame or two late.
Yeah, the position looked good to me, at least.
Yeah, I feel like that should have worked. So, Morgan now about to clear lake bed in one go.
They will do a zero bomb Morpheal.
Very impressive.
They do not have bombs. Yeah, it looks like JD made back some time to Beast during MDH. Beast got a 2 bomb. JD went for 1 bomb and was too patient with the last regrab and died. He got the regrab, but he didn't kill Morpheal in time. And then he got a 2 bomb on the second try.
I think the main remaining big possible swing in terms of who might be leading the race is Artist Grounds. Particularly Stallard, but most of Artist Grounds really. So right now, JD and Beast are on their way to Snowy Ruins just to go get the ball and chain, because the ball and chain is required for a single boss fight in the whole run. And it just, I mean, Snowy Ruins itself, very little RNG, because most of it gets skipped. And after that, we'll head to the Gerudo
Oh, looks
Desert.
like Tuffy's in. Tuffy did get first try Gorge Void, but she did void out during a seam clip once.
Yeah, that was strange. Oh,
Nice, Morgan. That was a fun one. Oh, Tuffy's going for lake bed gate clip. Nobody goes for this. Oh, she voided out? I didn't even know you could void out with that. This is an IL strat that basically nobody goes for in any percent.
Yeah, because you have to do it twice. Well, not anymore, I guess, with ELH. You used to have to do it twice.
Let me think about how Wii does this.
Well,
I think
Tuffy
we
has
save warps.
Oh, you mean after Degutude? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we save warps. I don't remember why, but there's something about the routing back.
So yeah, the ELH got rid of the Jake ELJ in Lake Bed. In the old route, you would have to do a really specific setup to lure an enemy into just the right spot, so you can long jump attack it and get over a gap. And it was lots of RNG, and
Oh, Morgan.
with this
Almost
new
got
route,
jaked.
yeah, with this new route for Wii, you don't have to do that anymore. So that's quite
This is
nice.
two 2v2s. It's JD versus Beast and Morgan versus Tuffy. Morgan and Tuffy are actually fairly close at the moment. It's hard to say exactly how close, but I have a feeling that once they both enter Arbiters, they won't be too far apart.
Alright, so Beast is fighting the Dark Hammer. Very clean.
So one of the reasons the route Morgan is doing is called Intermediate is because it lets you do more fuel with Sora armor. So you basically won't ever die in more fuel like we saw happen with JD, which is a big time loss. Darkhammer swings after you like go behind him and have him turn around. Like you have to go behind him for a specific amount of time, and then go back on the other side. It's a little finicky, but it's always manipulated. I don't think there's any RNG with it. Sometimes it feels RNG.
Yeah, I think it's wholly consistent. Just a bit precise. Nice rupee text skip by Beast. it's worth noting that nobody's running on French.
True. Do we have all English? Looks like we do.
Which, for the run by Tuffy, of course, that makes perfect sense, because the 1.0 version that you have to run on for this route to work on Wii is only available in English.
Yep.
But for the others, there's a choice between English, German, and French, where French allows you to skip collecting rupees, but then you lose a little bit of time on some other things, so it works out to be roughly equal. Meanwhile, on English you have to collect those rupees, so it's a preference thing at this point, I would mostly say.
Now Beast will climb the tallest ladder in the game for 18 seconds. Yes, there was a zero bomb eel from Morgan. GG.
Showing all those others.
Yeah, take that, JD. Tuffy is going for a jump you only really ever see on Wii here. The GameCube world record is basically a 248 flat, and the Wii world record is a 309, if I remember correctly.
Yep, I think that's correct. I don't think Andy improved it since then. I think 309 is correct.
I think that 309 was his first run on the new ELA route.
We're getting closer and closer to sub 3 becoming possible for Wii.
Yeah, not that close still.
Well, there still needs to be
definitely Task could do it.
Yeah. But there needs to be a few more. Oh, that's Tuffy getting crushed by the Deku Toad. Yeah, there needs to be like a few more discoveries.
Yeah, I think the human limit for Wii right now is probably something like 303. Well, this tournament has split brackets, so everybody in the main bracket is running GameCube. So on the left is a main bracket race, and then on the right is the redemption bracket race. So it's not split by the version you run. It's just split by like the times that you kind of get on average.
It does mean I understand the surprise, I suppose, where if a version is so much slower, why would you play it in a tournament? And the answer is because they enjoy it.
Yep. Like Morgan isn't playing the fastest route. They're playing a route that loses quite a bit of time to the fastest route, but they like it better for races. They think it's more consistent for them.
So I think JD is going to be entering the desert just as Beast is leaving it.
Yeah, the strategies that can't be done on Wii. The big one is no boomerang long jump attacks like you see on GameCube all the time. Specifically because you can't pull the sword on Wii without breaking your target on the boomerang. And there's a few other things different. Wii is like completely mirrored. That's not a big difference, I guess.
There are advantages to playing Wii too.
Yep,
but
no lag.
Generally, those advantages don't come close to making up for strategy differences. So yeah, there's no lag on the Wii version. The loading screens are much faster, and you have theoretical time save in motion control aiming.
Yeah, there's some claw shot tricks you can do on Wii that you can't do on GameCube, just because you can kind of disjoint the claw shot a bit.
We're coming up.
You'll see it from Tuffy right now, actually. Yeah.
Yep.
This is called Vine Clip, and doing it, you can do this with a bomb on GameCube, but you can't do it this fast way with the claw shot on GameCube.
I think she's aiming not quite far enough right, but then I don't do this trick, so...
Yeah, I don't know. It looks. This is how it usually looks when it works, in my opinion. So I have no idea.
Andy's in the chat, so he can make us
Hi,
look
Andy.
stupid.
Why is this not working, Andy? Oh, there it is.
There we go.
The time it worked, she started further right. People notes.
Noted in all caps.
And now she is. This is the Wii version of Boss Key Skip. She's just gonna swim into the load zone here. So JD just did map glitch, and he's gonna use it to enter Boblin Camp without completing it by jumping out of bounds and then hitting a infinite vertical height air trigger for the King Boblin fight.
Meanwhile, Beast has just started Arbiter's Grounds, a dungeon notoriously heavy on RNG. So let's see what happens there. It is also just a very difficult dungeon, even without the RNG.
Tuffy has just started Morpheal. Looks like she survived phase 1, which is the hardest phase, as everyone knows. You'll see a lot of roll timing in Arbiters because you want to start your roll as close to the edge of the sand as possible, so you can make sure you clear it. So go like a run here, then roll, and that'll be a common theme.
That's fair for a wildling. 1.5. The phase 1.5 is.
This looks good for a regrab. Oh, she decided to not go for that. Unless I missed her not getting the first grab.
Oh, that's unfortunate RNG. I'm not sure Morphle is
Yeah.
gonna notice her.
It's right up there.
Might
And she could
work.
still get this.
No.
Yeah, I can understand playing this safe.
JD not splitting enter AG. Very against the grain.
Oh yeah, that was the first hit. Okay.
So it looked like JD
There's
is
the regrab.
about a minute and a half behind on Beast right now.
But Beast just did fail Po1 skip, so JD just gained some time.
I think a fast retry per one skip is about 10 seconds, so
Yeah. There it is.
nice.
So that lets you go through this room backwards, what you're supposed to be able to do.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Well,
so there's a
that-
backup here.
Yeah, you can go back around the room as Wolf, so avoid voiding out.
The backup loses a lot of time, unfortunately. You have to make sure to stand up on this little ledge to do this LJ, or you can miss it. There it is.
Right. I was very impressed at first with Beast's reaction to the Moldarm being close to him, that he decided to actually slash it, but then
Yeah,
the slash put him
grab.
in a hanging animation, and then the other Moldarm finished him off.
Yep,
was-
that's just unfortunate RNG there.
It's just classic Arbiter's Grounds, really. You do everything right, and then you still get kind of trolled.
Yeah, all the racers started at the same time.
So this Poe that Beast is fighting now is pretty unique because you have to fight the copies of it, and then, funnily enough, as they spin around like this, there is a time where they are already vulnerable, even though it doesn't look like it, and that's going to be relevant on the next cycle of the fight, because you have to fight it twice. So Beast hits it, and on this next cycle, you can actually hit the Poe, even though it doesn't look like it's vulnerable. But didn't get the right RNG for it. So
Nice skull, JD.
I think JD also goes for the early hit strat on the Poe 4, so maybe we get to see it there. But yeah, it is just RNG whether or not that particular after image of the Poe becomes the real one. Right, he's pushing block in position for later.
Well, that's some nice movement from Beast there.
Oh, JD got the same RNG on the first cycle. The same Poe that... Oh. Alright. I've recently seen this this backup to getting the one of the Poes on the sides as your real Poe, where you B attack underneath their attacks and then spin attack to avoid any funny business with them hitting you even though you spun. Oh,
What just happened there? That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how this didn't work.
That cluster grate is just strange. Sometimes there's like specific spots here. If you stand in them, that cluster grate is just disabled for some reason.
So Beast jump attacks this Poe to make it attack him sooner. Then he'll spin these guys to make sure that they don't cause any trouble, and then just finish off the Poe with a B attack.
Got the Poe's soul. Collect one from each Poe you find. Oh. Wolfgarden decided, or wait. They decided to spin the keys rather than try to get past them quickly. Morgan going for the safe options. Nice. Good void up.
Looks like JD will not do human movement here. What am I saying? This isn't human movement.
That's that would be a bit early for
Yeah.
him.
I guess the area looks kind of similar there.
So Wildebeest is doing this room in reverse, which is why these redeads are actually not doing anything.
That was nice. That was pretty good. You want to try and make that B charge land you right on the chain, which is a little bit hard to do sometimes. And then these guys can screw up your target during this, so you should usually try and do this one with 2 B charges.
So yeah, the activation triggers for those redeads, the zombies, are on the other side of the room. And so if you enter the room through this door on the back, the redeads just do nothing until you attack them. JD's
Alright, let's catch what Beast's enter Poe gate time is. 47:24.
Yeah, 47:25-ish. Alright.
Nice! Instant clip from Beast there.
JD needs that red rupee. There we go.
There's human movement from Beast. So, it's way easier to go through this section as Wolf. There's a lot of technical stuff as human, but it does save 10 seconds optimally if you do everything correct.
So here's a little setup roll, side hop, and then jump attack. And then you can get just the right roll here to skip over this quicksand without needing to be Wolf.
Beast is currently winning. On the left race. And on the right race, I guess Morgan is winning by a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say Morgan is ahead by a bit.
Okay,
Nice.
so 48.50, so he's 125 behind Beast. Do you agree with that?
It's about 1.5 minutes, yeah. I think that sounds about right.
Alright.
Let's see how Death Sword skip goes for Beast. Also, he's only half a heart. That's a little sketchy, because if you get hit it once, it's over.
Yeah.
But
So JD actually has been slowly gaining on Beast since the Morpheal incident.
Yep.
It's like he's also... Oh, but he bonked there. There it is.
Nice. Alright, so Beast is going to try to skip this boss fight now with a well-timed super jump. Nice.
Nice. I think that's about as late as you can do it.
Ah, I see. JD already realized that the Stalfos were not going to get hit by the bomb that he put down earlier, so he switched to ball and chain.
Yeah. Did he put down a bomb?
Yeah, he put down a bomb, but it was a bit too far back, so the Stalfos just walked past it. Right, ball and chain for Morgan.
See if JD also gets a first try DSS here.
So Beast back through the pro gate at 150.51. Nice. Good.
Yep.
Clean Death Sword skip for JD as well. Spin 8.
Yep. Beast is going up to Stallard right now. Still about a minute and a half ahead. But now it's time for Stallard skip, which is the hardest trick in the game.
Used to be
Basically-
TAS only.
Yeah, it's basically
Considered.
universally agreed to be the hardest trick in the game.
It's multiple angle perfect and frame perfect things. Not quite frame perfect, but close to it. With perfect angles. So
I
let's
think
see.
the wall clip is frame perfect, and then the bomb boost is like a 3-framer. And then the L slide is like a 3-framer. So yeah, lots of hard things. Step 1 is the claw shot actor displacement. So
Beast
Beast is
setup,
doing
interesting.
very specific position and angle. Well, he's manually doing the angle actually, and that looks good.
Yep.
That is what you want to see. So
Looks
you're not
like
supposed to be able to move that
counter-angle.
guy.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
if
he
you start-
counter-wrangless because
Yeah.
this turning. Sorry.
What happens if you start a falling animation while you're claw shotting to an actor, the actor will actually just start claw shotting towards you instead.
Nice.
Well, yeah, sure. You also say that like UMD for early sits is the hardest trick in the game, but like nobody has ever done that. Alright, so he's in the wall. Now he just has to hit this 3-framer bomb boost. And
Gets
that
it.
is it.
Nice.
That's a nice stellar skip. Pretty fast. Hopefully JD also gets it pretty fast.
I'm interested in seeing if JD does the setup for the angles, or if he also does manual angles like Beast.
I think he labbed the trick more recently, so he knows like all the modern strats. So yeah, it looks like he is doing the angle setups. I'll probably do the 2/ thing here.
Yeah, that's the one I'm familiar with. Going for the angle setup here as well. There we go.
That
Nice.
looks good.
Took him a little too long, so he needs to boomerang Salar to delay his fire breath, but that's okay.
Yep, and then this wall clip he's doing is very quick to retry, but it is just a 1-framer L slide that you have to hit. There it is.
Yeah, needs to rang one more time, and then he can do the bomb boost.
Yep. If he gets this, it'll be a fairly interesting race from here on out. And he does, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Barely, yeah, I think that was the last
Because it's
possible
hard to
frame.
see with that angle.
I imagine he's using a metronome for it, because he couldn't even see the bomb.
Yeah. Alright, so the gap stays at 90 seconds.
Oh, Morgan is trying to try to do the cool strat there, where you can jump up left with Wolflink, and it'll sometimes just clip you up onto the top platform.
Nice save there, JD.
Nice.
So now both Beast and JD will be paying their 300 rupees to fix the Sky Cannon.
So because Tuffy doesn't have boomerang long jump attacks, she has to do Snowy Greens a little bit differently.
Morgan's saving here because if they get hit once in this KB3 fight, they'll die. And since they have map glitch, if you die with map glitch, your game is just soft locked. I believe it's actually like kind of hard locked. You just have to restart your console at that point.
No, you can definitely just reset with the
You can? Okay.
the button combo reset should still work. But you lose all your progress, of course.
Yeah. Basically, the game over screen appears, but the yes option to continue never appears. But it looks like it wasn't an issue. Beast KB.
So Tuffy's gonna do a bomb boost here, I think. Or maybe
Yeah, so
maybe moon boots. We'll see.
yeah, it's a Moon Boots bomb boost. It's a hard one, apparently. I believe the Moon Boots has to be first frame, and then you have to do it in a 2-frame window on the bomb timer. And it's also position and angle precise too, so it's just kind of a pretty hard trick.
Yeah, it's
It's like she's
luckily-
safety saving.
yeah, because she doesn't have that many bombs. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, luckily, you can basically input the jump attack plus the item wheel the same frame.
Yeah, I don't think that was a first frame moon boots there.
Nice, that should be it.
Nice, that was actually really good. Like that, like first or second try is really good.
Yeah, it's not that big of a time loss to get it second try, because the retries are very quick on that trick.
Yeah, she has to be careful to not die to freeze or skip here though, or else she'll have to do it again. And she's in.
Wait, did I see it wrong, or did Beast void out in the first room just now?
No, I wasn't watching.
Because I thought I saw the Link getting up animation.
Might have gotten hit by one of the Halmosaurs.
Yeah, maybe.
He did void out? Okay.
That's probably like a 20-second
Yeah, I guess.
drop. So brings JD much closer.
Oh, I guess Tuffy must have died in Dark Hammer. I wasn't watching that either.
Luckily, once you enter the Dark Hammer room, your spawn point becomes the outside of the door, so you don't have to do the wall boost over and over. Right, so Morgan is about to start the search for, or the hunt for the pose. So they're gonna do Po 1, skip.
So yeah, Dark Hammer is a bit harder on Wii actually because you can't chain spins. It's a bit harder to get the one cycle.
Yeah, you have to just do some jump attacks. So it's like jump attack, spin attack, and then you jump attack twice.
Yeah, or you can like roll stab, then jump spin, then jump attack again. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it.
It looks like Tuffy didn't quite get it though, but
the roll stab is really finicky. Oh my god, Beast, did you see that? Beast like rolled into the trigger. I swear he had to have hit the trigger, but he just like didn't.
Interesting.
Did anyone else see that?
There's so much stuff going on, hard to see all of it. Alright, Tuffy obtaining the ball and chain. Just gonna go grab the 100 rupees.
I'm definitely gonna have to ask Beast about that later. That was crazy. So this room that Beast is in now has a bunch of LJAs. He went for Tarlworm LJ there. So a little bit more tricky, but faster. Target the tile worm there, and since the tile worm is inside that block, it counts as him being over a void, so you get an LJ. He uses the claw shot to scare these guys off into the void. Saves like 2 seconds as well.
Alright, so it looks like JD is still around 1.5 minutes behind.
Yeah. So Beast is going to be going for a trick called Uku Jump. To skip turning on a fan, he'll take this Uku and get up onto that ledge, jump off, and then take a pretty precise vector over here to get a ledge grab. And then let's check what his health is.
Is he doing the
Does
old...
not have enough to skydive.
Sorry for interrupting.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just looking at JD doing the room with all the different LJA options, and he went for the old school method of the 2 LJs. Which I think is about the same as all the other options, to be fair. Right, so
Yeah, Tuffy's video is frozen for me.
it's working for me right now, but anyway, Beast is doing the Argrok. Not Argrok, the mini boss. Raphos, yeah. And he didn't do the setup for the angle, he just manually aimed. Very nice. Another claw shot.
And JD is just heading into our alphas, so fairly close still. Tuffy's is playing for me again, but they might need to refresh the restream for the actual stream.
So to skip that mini boss fight, it's a very precise claw shot where you have about a single line of pixels where you can actually claw shot beyond the gate. But there is also an angle setup for it, which is what JD did. Where you aim all the way to the top of the screen and then with an angle buffer with the item wheel get just the perfect angle.
Yeah, looks like JD closed the gap a little bit on double claws. It's only about 80 seconds behind now.
So the main points where time loss can occur is going to be after City in the Sky, because Palace of Twilight has quite a bit of RNG to it again. A bit similar to Arborist Grounds, I suppose, in how much RNG there actually is. So we might see JD close up there if Beast gets some bad RNG there.
Yeah.
But other than that, there isn't really any major trick or big time loss that is really left in the run. So provided that both players play well to the end, it looks like Beast is going to be winning this one.
Well, there definitely are big time losses that can happen in Palace. I wouldn't call this over whatsoever.
That's fair. I tend to think from the perspective of, well, these runners are at such a level that generally the palace time losses are minimized, so to speak. But yeah, it could happen. We can definitely not count it out just yet.
No, there's still Zelda.
True. Beast could get a 20 cycles though. That would be impressive, actually. I would love to see that just for the sake of getting.
Oh, Beast got the dead pixel.
Now that is something. That is actually a pretty decently big time loss. Just like very unexpected.
So that happens if you claw shot too far to the right.
Yeah, if you get the perfect like pixel on the side of the vines, it'll give you the hanging animation, and you can't actually climb up after that. I think it's probably in the range of 10 to 15 seconds if that happens. JD getting up into the fan room as well. Looking good. Nice. Morgan waiting for the Death Sword to appear, to approach.
At Morgan, you can walk up to him. Nice, JD. Okay, so JD saved quite a lot of time on that first try Rob shot there.
Yep. And looking at the difference between Morgan and Tuffy, it looks like Morgan is something like, I want to say, 10-ish minutes ahead right now.
Yeah. A little bit less, but yeah, basically.
So here's the Wii version of Po1 skip. It's a jump or B attack as a wolf towards this pillar and then quickly transform.
Just barely not getting it there.
Nice blind claw shot.
Claw shot through there. That's crazy.
Nice.
There it is. And then we actually has to go around here because they can't do the second LJ, so Tuffy fell off there on purpose. And they have to push this block 8 times instead of the 4 that you usually see on GameCube.
Yeah, because they have to pull the chandelier up. Oh, and she locks it in place. Alright, fair enough. There is a slightly faster way you could do that, but it's a bit risky. It risks you voiding out, where you don't do 12 but 11 pulls on the chain, and then you dash underneath it quickly before the chandelier drops back down, without locking it in place. But locking it in place with an extra...
Oh my god, Morgan, that scared me. Not been paying attention to these Argoroks.
To be fair,
like
they're auto
Beast is
scrollers.
on the last cycle here. JD's about to start the last cycle.
I think JD is on the second cycle right now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is the way you do the second cycle. So
Morgan Golden Spinner. Okay, watch Morgan's screen apparently. Looks standard so far.
he needs
Oh,
the
nice. They got the.
around a bit.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, Morgan.
Nice.
Not a bad starred one.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Oh,
Okay.
JD claw shotting frames early.
So Beast warping out as JD just finishes off Argrok, so JD's probably about a minute behind.
That sounds right. Yep. Maybe it's a little more than that, but it's something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
something
definitely.
like 70 seconds.
So the second phase on Stallard can be mostly skipped with some precise positioning. You can walk up to a particular spot, and if you hop on your spinner at just the right time, you can catch Stallard off guard, essentially, and quickly knock him down before he gets a chance to run away. Just like that. Very nice, Morgan.
Just happened on Tuffy's screen. Did you see that?
I did not. I saw the red rupee.
It was weird. It was glitching out.
In fairness, it is 3 AM for me, so I'm maybe not as alert as I would like to be. Oh, the bubbles being a little annoying to Tuffy.
Can't believe that didn't hit.
It did. The Poe had restored health.
Oh. I thought that only happens if it gets back up after being knocked down.
I thought it did that, but maybe I'm...
Maybe I'm blind.
Because I thought she did knock it down and then she got hit by the bubble, so she couldn't actually finish it off. But maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Anyway, Beast has started Palace and JD is about to start Palace.
And yeah, JD is about, yeah, like 70 seconds behind or so. 75. So yeah, he's been pretty consistently closing the gap, but not at quite the rate that he needs to be. Could end up still being close near the end, though.
Yeah, there's various aspects that can still make a difference.
Yep, we could see a very stupid room. Maybe some missed LJAs. You never know what could happen.
I feel like that's the main thing that could swing this, if there's an LJ that goes wrong for one of the
Yeah.
other.
And then, like, I don't know, like, the Xanding Goro 1 cycle can make quite a big difference.
Yeah, that's about 15 seconds, so... Yeah, plenty of things.
And then Zelda. There's a bunch of stuff.
It's not over till it's over. But it's looking pretty good for Beast right now. Right, Morgan looking to get early sit in his guy. First try, very nice.
Yeah, I guess we should say that the winner of the race between JD and Beast will play Marco. And the winner of the match between Tuffy and Morgan will play Jaquaid.
Ooh, Jaquaid has been on a roll lately as well with his 80% runs.
Yeah, he just got sub 3 not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's been pretty consistently getting 3 flats, 301s. Did Beast just grab a Squeeble? That's what it looked like happened, like a Squeeble jumped in front of the soul.
Just wanted a little hug, I don't know. Squeebles get lonely too.
Oh, Tuffy's going for human movement. Ah, just missed the side hop there. Alright, so we have Beast and Stupid Room. This is a hard part of Palace. Very RNG. But looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, he even got the delayed third hit on his last few hitboxes of the spin attack.
Yeah,
That's
that was
nice.
really good. It's about as good as Stupid Room can be.
It looks like JD golded his West Wing by a few seconds.
Oh yeah, he did.
It's very nice. I feel like JD has been playing really well, with the two exceptions being Gorge Void and Morpheal. Everything else was
I mean, yeah, like,
quite good.
he's still on like a 255 pace with a death to Morpheal and failing Gorge Void.
That's good RNG for us humans. Nice. And also the delayed hit. Very nice.
Yeah, basically the same Stupid Room from JD and Beast there. That was a nice claw shot from Beast.
Alright, Tuffy getting the spinner. So she'll be on her way to Stallard. Oh, JD going for the long jump attack here instead of the claw shot strat.
Yep.
They were about the same. The claw shot strat optimally saves a little bit of time. They're
Beast is gonna L slide
Right.
up before the stairs fall. Oh, nice RNG for JD there. Got the center spawn.
that always feels good when you get it. So even though Tuffy has bombs, she has to fight Stallard because the Wii version is unable to do Stallard skip.
Wow, what a wall.
That was pretty unlucky. So one of the main reasons that Stallard skip works is because you can do these little sliding animations while your claw shot is firing on GameCube, and these sliding animations are absent on the Wii version, so therefore it's impossible to do Stallard skip on Wii.
Pretty good second half of City for JD as well. City, I'm in Palace. So yeah, the gap is closed a bit. Like, Beast is only about 55 seconds ahead now. JD gained about 20 seconds on just having a really good puzzle, really good palace. I can't talk tonight.
Yeah, I mean, JD's like just playing really well. Just a couple unfortunate things went wrong, but overall, I think he could be pretty happy with this run.
Yeah.
Same for Beast, of course. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Beast is ahead.
Yeah, other than the unfortunate misinput on Hugo, I feel like his run has also been quite nice. Quite nice.
Yeah, Beast is still on like a 52 pace.
Alright, let's see if Morgan does the angle setup.
Morgan says FML. Let's see what happens. Oh, messed up the sword combo. That'll happen.
Nice. Made the setup work though. So Tuffy just exited Artist Grounds. She'll be on her way to the Sky Cannon and City in the Sky
Yep.
afterwards. And City in the Sky is a bit different on Wii because, again, there are no long jump attacks.
So Beast is gonna try and go through this room as optimally as possible to get a earlier platform cycle that saves about 18 seconds.
Yeah, the cycle... Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. The cycle isn't super precise, but with that hit from the Baba, this might be coming down to it a bit.
Yeah. That Baba hit is just RNG. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah, it's dependent on how it, well,
Looks like
how
he'll
it
still
moves
get this.
around as it spawns.
Yeah,
it looks
there's
like
plenty of
easy.
time.
Yeah. The cycle used to be a bit more precise, but there's been some small discoveries and things that made it a little easier to more consistently be on time, even if things go not entirely perfect.
Watch Morgan's screen for a pot warp here. Nice. Okay, that was a great pot warp.
So JD didn't get hit by the Baba, but it doesn't actually save time to not get hit because you have to wait on the cycle anyway.
Why did that happen? Do you know why pot warps happen? I don't actually know.
I mean, the exact why I don't know, but I do know that it's specifically to do with the pot being off screen along with the Helmosaurus, and the Helmosaurus dashes through, like it charges through the pots, and the game for some reason thinks that because of that the pots should be on screen, and so it just moves them on screen. But as for the exact why, I don't know. Oh,
What? Why did that happen?
that was strange.
Alright, we have Beast and Zant. So he's gonna try and start these combos early so that he only hits Zant with the last part of the combo. Oh, it missed. Weird. Not only does that save him time because he starts doing the sword combo earlier, but it saves him time on hit lag because he only hits Zant once. And he can do that because only the last hit of the combo actually matters.
Yeah, they've hard-coded Zant to progress the phase after
This
you
isn't
hit him.
important.
Yep.
There you got
Nice.
it. Okay.
So that was a frame perfect.
2 frames.
Oh yeah, a 2-framer for a 1 cycle, which saves for that phase. It's like 12 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it's a decent amount.
Where was I?
Something about Zant being hard-coded.
Oh yeah, hard-coded to progress the phase on combo finishers, and so you just hit him with just the combo finisher. It doesn't matter how much damage you're doing. The phase will progress because it's a combo finisher.
Yeah, it'll actually be important in the last phase of Zant to make sure you only hit with the last part of the combo, because he warps away if you don't. Well, JD also got it.
Yep.
Very good
Great.
for him. Would have been bad news to not get that. Bot dance.
Alright, Morgan got through City in the Sky just fine. He's about to go fight Argro. Alright, here's the final phase of Zant, and as you see, Beast is specifically making sure to only hit Zant with the last hit of each combo. Oh, but misses there.
Oh,
Luckily on the final cycle, it's okay.
yeah.
But yeah, like it was said by QWERTY, if you do a regular hit on Zant in that final phase, then he'll just teleport away, and then you have to start over. So it's very important you hit him only with the final hit of the combo. So the JD has 2 more cycles to get through.
Yeah,
Nice
I think
cuts.
he's over a minute behind now.
We can check from entering the portal there. Because I think Beast and JD have different ways of splitting for dungeon ends. Nice. Sound fine by JD.
Alright, yeah, I think something would have to really go wrong for Beast to not win this now. But he did get the
25 seconds
bonk,
up.
so his run is valid.
Yep. But I'm here for the 25 cycle Zelda. I want to see it.
Yep. The worst we've had in Wolfdash so far was a 13.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
We've actually had 3 13s. And no 12 yet.
Nice side hops there by Tuffy. Having to do that room in a different way because of the lack of LJs. Though this room works mostly the same way. Nice. Is she gonna grab the keys? Oh. There we go. Took a little bit of time, but this should work out. So she can trap a Keys in the boomerang and then jump attack at the Keys when it comes back. and that gives you a long jump attack.
Well, JD didn't bonk.
Yeah, run is invalid. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so it looks like JD is behind by most of the Squidna cutscene, basically. So, yeah, it's looking more and more like this is gonna go to Beast.
I don't track the ones that miss balls, so that specific 13 was without any misses. That wasn't from today, though. So what is every mistake Beast could make from this point to equalize things?
Well, there is the barrier skip on
Yeah,
entering Hyrule Castle.
he could not get the backflip and then decide to roll back and then fall into barrier 2, or fall into barrier 3, or die to King Bulb in 4. He could fall in block room like 4 times.
Oh, Tuffy getting the frame perfect drop down into the Ruffles room. Nice.
Yep.
Doing the Iron Boot setup. Oh, didn't get the roll. Just
Yeah.
gonna have to wait.
This one's easier to YOLO on Wii. Well, it's a way harder trick on Wii, but your position doesn't matter as much. So you can kind of just go to the spot-ish. I assume you know why this one is way harder on Wii.
Yep, the reticle oscillates a little bit, and it makes it essentially RNG. Whether you it's not RNG, but you know, reacting to the oscillation is really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good. Oh. Damn. Yeah, this trick is really hard on Wii. Super precise. I think generally people either turn off motion controls for this, or they just fight Arafos. They don't
Hopefully she
generally go
doesn't
for this.
void when she gets it.
Yeah, crush voiding is a real possibility when you don't do an exact setup in terms of positioning. There we go.
Oh, Beast almost bonked into the barrier there.
So Tave just crush voided, unfortunately.
Oh, rip.
Looks good. That was really quick that time. Nice.
Beast lost almost a second to going from the left door there. Actually, no, that one doesn't matter.
Yep, these
Never realized that.
These do not matter. Nice, good fight. Little hiccup here and there, but nothing major. I was talking about the Dark Knight fight on Beast's side.
Yeah, with a good Zelda, Beast can still get a 252, which is a great time. Especially with a failed Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It wasn't that long ago when 252 was like the race record.
It's also just as a general thing, I feel like in the last few months, people have, or not even months, but like, I don't know, last year, I guess, people have gotten super consistent at just the whole game in general, and especially late games, and
I
that
think
really has helped with people getting good times, even if they get like not great starts.
I think a lot of that could be attributed to like Norgor no longer being a part of the run.
I think, yeah, the Norgor being out, and also the angle setups for Stalard,
Yeah.
as opposed to having to manually set them all up, have really helped with the consistency of it all.
I think Yalis might have been like one of the greatest discoveries of all time for this game. Like imagine how many more runs people would get on if like we had a Gorge Void skip.
Oh, but even then, like lately, people have been getting super good runs without Gorge Void. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, true.
I think Nimzo has a couple sub 50s without Gorge Void at this point as well. And I
Tuffy's doing a fanless.
Oh yeah. This is a pretty cool, like, unique thing for the Wii run, where because we don't have the boomerang long jump attacks, you've got to get around this in a different way, and so you can do these precise claw shots to skip. Oh, you didn't even have to go. Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that you could skip that last one. That's good. Interesting. Meanwhile, Morgan is just progressing through Palace. Yeah, I was gonna mention that I only recently realized that because Yalis is a thing now, there is basically no more advantage to running bites with bombs as opposed to running gorge bombs, because the bite route just loses almost a minute to the gorge route now because of Yalis. And so even if you fail gorge
Yeah.
void, it's basically about the same as if you'd done bite route.
Yeah,
So-
Bite is still technically slightly faster if you fail Gorge Void, but I agree that there isn't a huge reason to run Bite anymore, especially with KB RNG. Like you're probably not saving time.
Yeah. You basically might as well just, if you don't like the gorge route, you might as well just run the gorge route and just intentionally fail gorge void. And
Yeah,
then
I guess.
it's the same as running bite, basically.
A lot of people don't like Rupee Roll. I think Rupee Roll is infinitely better than KB1.
I really like KB1, but then I'm biased, so I think it's a cool fight.
It would be very unlikely for Zelda to make a difference here, though it is not out of the question.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna...
Beast is still over a minute ahead as far as I can tell. But
so he's entering...
losing a minute on Zelda is not unheard of.
So his fade out for entering the Zelda boss fight was 47-47. We can use that as a comparison to JD.
Yeah, it looks like his is gonna be like close to 49. For 48, 47 maybe.
It's a clean
Right.
climb up the tower though by GD. Very nice.
And Beast has a good start on Zelda, so it seems unlikely that he'll lose a minute.
Yeah, it looks like it's about a minute and then, I don't know, minute 15-ish.
Yeah, Beast is still on pace for a 7.
Yeah, the difference is about a minute 15. So, and with Beast's pretty good Zelda so far. We cannot rely on that to make the difference. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tuffy didn't quite get the flame cancel on Arbrook. So there's a little manipulation you can do to force Arbrook to stop breathing fire, and didn't quite work out for Tuffy.
Yeah, so that wasn't a great Zelda for Beast. It was alright. Because he wants to.
But then all right Zeldas are usually fine. Yep, the email me boss music. Nice. Beast stabbing Beast Cannon in the back. Fairly rude, you know. It is Ganon.
Like JD's getting an 8 cycle as far as I could tell.
Which is also not too bad. So yeah. I feel like in general, like over the whole run, RNG has been fairly equalish for JD and Beast. Like they both got some good RNG and some bad RNG. Right, so the horseback fight has no RNG to it, aside from the starting direction that Ganon faces and the first turn he makes after you run right past him. And so it's essentially a flowchart of if Ganon does X, we do Y, and Beast just followed the flowchart without fail. And he's on to the very last boss fight. Let's see what JD gets. Oh, that's a very rare pattern. With the really sharp turn. Alright, but decently backed up. Alright, and just one more jump spin for Beast. There we go. And a 253 is not a bad time at all.
Yeah, I think Zelda killed the 252, but 253 is still really good. GG. And you can come in for an interview if you want. JD is just about to finish up as well.
Yep,
Looking
looks like
like-
he'll have a low 54.
Yep, looking like he'll be basically exactly a minute behind.
This fight takes about 15 seconds from the moment you gain control. So, yep, slightly over a minute. Good effort. Especially considering the really unfortunate Morphle death.
There it is.
GG.
254, 26. GG. See if we can get them both in here. And they're both in the waiting room. All right.
Oh, the boomerang didn't go to bench for Morin. That's unfortunate.
Okay, before I bring them in, oh, okay, bringing them in now. I'm gonna switch to a two-player scene.
All right. GG Beast, JD.
Yo. Thank you.
Both had pretty nice runs.
Yeah, they were runs. Well, I don't know.
What do you mean? That was pretty nice. Like,
I'm glad I pulled a 253 out of that beginning, but I was so ready to just turn my console off after half an hour.
yeah. I mean, let's see what happened at the beginning. You accidentally killed Hugo once.
Yeah, I jump attacked him once, and then I failed EMS once.
Right.
And then, like, Elden Vessel I think was fine.
Yeah, you got Gorge Void where JD
Failed
didn't.
Plumb out of bounds.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. There was something I was going to ask you about. Oh yeah, Argot cutscene skip. It looked like you rolled into the trigger, but like you just barely didn't. Do you remember that?
Yeah. No, the trigger's kind of far up.
Okay. I was super scared about that.
I mean, it's not a huge deal. But it wouldn't
And
even put it out right there.
Yeah. Then JD went for one bomb, but the last regrab just took a little too long, and he couldn't do the final hit in time.
Yeah.
If you're telling me you were VCing the whole time, I knew that.
Ah, okay. Yeah, pretty good time at the end for a Moorfield def, JD.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, could you imagine that a few years ago, getting a 254 with a death to Morphle?
I know, that would be insane. Beast and I both had very good late games, though, I would say.
Yeah, it
I
was.
was happy with my late game.
From
Yeah,
my
you
perspective
were-
as well, it seemed like the RNG generally just wasn't too bad anywhere. Like, it was all, like, either, fairly average or just good. So,
Yeah.
You
That's
played
how I-
really well post the Moorfield def, JD. Like you kept on bringing back the time little by little.
Yeah, and I kept making mistakes. Like, I lost over a minute in City. I lost 40 seconds to Zelda right at the end.
Yeah, and then you got the dead pixel on Rob shot.
Yeah. JD, do you know how much you lost to Zelda? You said it was pretty bad, too.
My Zelda was going off of fade out. I don't actually remember like the number of cycles. It might have been like 8 or 9.
I counted 8, but I might have missed one, and then I think I missed the
Was
beginning of
8.
Yours Beast. Yours Post probably like a 9.
Mine was 9, yeah.
225 Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
If you split on fade out.
Oh, split on fan. Oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty rough, though.
Yeah, yours was like a mediocre 8 as far as I could tell, JD.
Yeah.
Gotta practice that Zelda RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I also I did 2 really stupid things in late game. Like where I failed the second half of Poe 1 skip and where I voided the beginning of City. It was exactly the same thing for both. I was trying to LJ out of a roll, but I pressed the
Right.
rank button too early, and then I just
you
pressed the
ledge
sword
grabbed.
assuming the rank would come out.
Yeah, the Poe 1 skip thing was unfortunate. Like, the Moldarms just wanted you to fail it.
Yeah, I mean, I deserved that. It was about the worst punishment you could get for it, aside from them knocking you straight into the void.
Yeah.
But, like, it was definitely my fault. How's the other race been? Looks like
like,
both- well, I
was-
guess they're not that close, but
yeah, they're not very close, but both of them are playing not that bad.
nice.
Like, for like the route differences, like, Tuffy's playing very well. She had a shaky beginning, like, the gate was just, like, incredibly mean. Like, she just kept on, it was like 5 or 6 times she went out on the wrong side, and then when, like, for, like, bit, like, she just, like, the polish just didn't go through, so she voided, had to go back and do it again. But then she got, like, seam clip basically immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's been
she
so
got-
good at that.
Yeah,
Same clip
she-
And then first try Gorge Void. Like,
Yeah,
she
first try
she
Gorge
never fails Gorge Void.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand how she's running that route in a tournament. But she hasn't failed it yet, I don't think.
She did accidentally void out during seam clip, but it wasn't too bad of a mistake because of her like save that she does with opponent half clipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as far as tricks went for Tuffy, she got everything first try other than ELH. Like,
Yeah, that's nice.
And like
been
half of
playing
her
really
segments have been golds.
yeah, her gold has gone down by a lot this run. But Morgan has also been playing quite well.
Well, Morgan had some opponent slide issues. That's where like the majority of their time loss has been, I believe. They failed that
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think they had it for fourth try. So,
And then they also took like 5 minutes on EMS or something. Like there's something bad there, but they've been bringing it back. Like the rest of, they've had a couple golds.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to run a Zora armor route in a race, because failing that opponent slide sucks so much.
Yeah. And of course, like so does failing Morpheal, but like you can play Morpheal pretty safe if you need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you did. You just didn't look like you were gonna go for a 1 bomb at all. You didn't really get the RNG for it, as far as I could tell.
Yeah, I would have gone. I mean, I would have gone for it out of solidarity for JD, but I would have gone for it regardless. If I
JD did get the RNG the second time, it looked like, but I fully understand not going for it again.
I get that feeling that you only fail it in races. Like, I get that. I do think that the, let's call it, risk of opponent slide is a little bit overblown. But yeah, I also agree with Beast that the reason of running Zora armor is definitely much less attractive than it used to be in the past, because it's just such a huge difference now.
Yeah, if you go for Stallard skip.
By the way, nice Stallard skip from both of you.
Yeah, I was happy we got that first try. Both got Death Sword skip first try as well.
Yeah. JD, didn't you gold something?
Golded a few things. I
You
got
gold-
Avery Vessel gold.
Nice.
You go with like all of Arbiters and Palace, right?
I golded both of my splits and wait, I have more than 2.
There was like a 4-second gold somewhere I saw.
Both
It
of my
was-
splits up to light sword.
Yeah.
Nice.
The West Wing was like a 4-second gold. It was wild.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was happy with that one. And then I don't know, there were like a couple others maybe.
Oh, I got a center spawn as my first Phantom Zant spawn, and I can't remember the last time that's happened. I was taken aback. It's like, hello.
Oh yeah, I saw that too, and I think like I looked over like after it happened. And I was like, wait, what happened? Did you miss?
Tuffy going for the stab strat on Phantom Zant. Makes sense on Wii.
Yeah, just because you can't do the spins fast.
Oh, Morgan, I don't know if you're listening, but you can actually roll 4 times with Zora armor.
Interesting.
Get real close.
I think Morgan is listening. Hello, Morgan.
But then
Oh yeah,
invading
we know
Zant's
Morgan's
personal
listening. Morgan
space.
joined the call at the beginning and then said, "Wait, I want to listen to comms," and then left.
But Beast, if you rolled 4 times, you'd be invading Zant's personal space.
That's true.
Gotta be
I,
respectful.
Is it more disrespectful than stabbing him afterwards?
Well, you're not stabbing him. You're just giving him some love taps.
I see.
Yeah, I think Tuffy's sum of best has gone down by like over 2 minutes.
Nice.
Nice. That was a good ook phase for Zant.
What? Wait. Tuffy,
What?
can you usually see the Shadow Beast fall during that cutscene?
I wasn't
Tuffy
paying
raising
attention.
the stairs?
The field of view is a little bigger on Wii.
Huh.
Yes, that makes sense, yeah.
That looked strange.
There are some of those things where it's like, oh, that's weird when you play the Wii version.
And then some rooms like this one where I can just forget that it's the Wii version.
Room. This room is symmetrical.
I'm
Like one of the one of the parts where I first realized that field of view is actually a kind of a big deal in some cases is in Orden when you're looking to steal the Orden sword. After you dig back out of the building, on the Wii version you can just see all of Orden Village basically.
Yeah. I guess it's good that Beast Internet waited until now to die.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, was that Beast that? Oh, rip.
Yeah, he left him mid-word.
F's in the chat, boys.
The void.
And he's back in the waiting room. Okay.
Also, yes,
Prince
the
can
Wii
drag
version
him in
does
here.
use motion controls, and it's pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah, someone could grab Beast back in here. There he is. You left mid-word. What happened?
I don't know. I guess Discord just disconnected.
Alright, what were you saying?
Oh, it didn't matter. I mean, Tuffy.
Fluffy.
Little Clawshot was Tuffying the hearts on the way back in Stupid Room, and I'm always worried when people do that they're accidentally going to hit the Clawshot targets on the walls and mess up getting out. Because I've seen someone do that. I don't
Oh, that
think I've
sounds
done it
funny.
myself.
This room is rough on Wii because you don't have the camera control. There's
Oh,
also so
yeah.
many enemies in the way. So whenever I see someone do it, it's like really impressive.
Yeah, the Wii version, motion controls for the Wii version, like you use the motion controls to slash your sword, but they don't like determine how you slash your sword, like is in Skyward Sword. I guess the technology wasn't that advanced yet.
But you do get to use motion controls to aim everywhere, which is very fast.
Yeah.
It's baby time.
Yeah.
It does sound like it.
All right, I need to go get ready for bed. But thanks for the race, JD, and thanks for commentating, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, thank
See
you
ya,
guys.
late
for-
veg.
Good race.
The good show.
Late bed.
GG's.
Yeah, GG. See ya.
See
See
ya.
ya.
Yep. Yeah, it's going on
Wow.
4 in the morning here.
I'll probably peace out as well. Thank you guys for having us.
Yep.
It's been fun. It's been real.
Good
See you
luck.
later.
Thanks for racing. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Have a good
See
one.
ya.
See ya.
Those are plenty of bonks, I think, Morgan. There
Yeah.
you go.
Just needed to make sure the run was valid.
I mean, it is always good to make sure.
It would be a shame to come this far.
Also, I do think that we've been kind of not mentioning it, but Tuffy is on PB pace, I think.
She's comparing the latest.
Oh,
Her
latest.
PB's a 333, so I don't think so.
My bad then. Sneaky those compared to latest.
But she is on pace to beat her last race run, so we can still slightly pog about that.
So it is a PB, just a different kind of PB. Personal best
Sure.
latest race time.
Yes.
And that is of course what I was referring to. Wow. Nice. Getting the extra heart. I was confused for a moment because I've never done this part on Wii. So the platform started going left, I was like, wait.
It's going the wrong way. Where are you taking me? Imagine you're playing on GameCube and you get on that and it just starts going to the left. It's like heck wait.
It's a Easter egg.
Nice skid. Let me think about that. Badamja. Tuffy is like on pace to be like 4 minutes behind PB, give or take, I think. And
Hyrule Castle plus boss fights is like 20 minutes, and then the rest of this is another like 5 or 6. So yeah, I guess it's...
I don't know what Morgan is comparing to. I don't know if this is route PB or not.
I think they're just comparing community best and their own best segments. I'm
Yeah, I have
not
no
sure.
idea. Oh, they're comparing against a race goal. I see. Which is a
Oh yeah,
325.
right there.
So their PB is on a different route, I think. Or maybe their PB is on intermediate. I don't remember. But the PB is like a 319, and they're on pace to get like a 325.
As far as racing goes, I think that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
Being
I
6
mean,
minutes away from PB in a race.
they're basically on pace to about match their race goal. So
Oh,
It's
they
not
have
terrible.
a 316 intermediate, apparently. Maybe it's not verified yet on...
oh yeah, you should upload that.
Oh, maybe they have, and it's just not verified yet.
Get back on that front page, Morgan.
Nice block, Tuffy.
If only she had shield bash. Or
Yeah, I
shield
wasn't aware
attack,
of
as
that
it's
when I
actually
was-
called.
When I was doing my ILs for this, I didn't know that you could shield bash or shield attack that. And then...
Why do we call it shield bash? Where did that come from?
you're bashing stuff with your shield.
Yeah, but like that's just not what it's called. It's like who said that first, or is it from something else?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a mistranslation from a different language. I don't know.
Maybe.
But is it shield attack or something?
Yeah, I think it is. Let me double check.
I think that's what it is on Korean at least. But
Shield attack.
yeah, well, nobody says that because that sounds weird.
Oh, it's called Shield Bash in Skyward Sword.
I wonder if that's where it comes from. That we just.
Maybe.
But yeah, I know that it's shield attack on Korean as well, and I think on Japanese too, because most of the stuff in the Korean version is just direct translations from Japanese.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
Morgan is not choosing to save warp here. They're just clearing the barrier.
yeah, I don't know why.
Maybe they weren't aware that save warping is a
I
little
think
bit
they
faster.
definitely know that save warping is. It's like significantly faster, isn't it? This thing takes forever.
It's actually not that big of a difference if I remember correctly. It's like half a minute. But yeah, I mean, it's big enough that you would, if you know, you'd ideally save warp. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't know.
Yeah, who's the loser of this gonna play? Forgot to check that. Okay, the winner plays Shaquade and the loser plays I guess it's not decided yet.
Whoa, that side up almost into lava. Boy, Tuffy.
They'll play either Garm, Ether, or Ukyo, depending on how things go.
Tuffy still has 6 water bombs. That's
Should probably grab City Bombs, which is like 15. That doesn't make sense. I don't actually know what she grabbed.
oh, okay. That's not too bad. Should be fine.
Maybe she grabbed the AG5.
Near the Stalfos?
After
The other one is
one
10.
skip.
Isn't it? The other one is 10.
The one after Po 1 skip? I thought it was 5. It could be 10.
The one in
I don't remember.
the human movement room is 10, right?
I'm talking about the one after Po 1 skip. I don't know about the human movement room.
Oh, so yeah, that's the Stalfos one then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are 5s.
She had a bunch extra from getting a second try bomb boost. Is Zora Tunic part of the route that Beast and JD did? No. They skipped that. Nice lantern puzzle, Morgan. I don't actually know what happened there.
Did they try the fast version first? Or?
I wasn't paying attention. I only noticed after it was already done.
Yeah, the Zora armor route is, or routes, I should say, are at this point mainly considered for beginners, and otherwise they're an oddity. There is they used like the Zorama routes used to be a bit closer to the optimal routes, but nowadays they're pretty far removed. So you only really see it as a safety route, which is what Morgan is using it as.
I think this is a Zant Gold for Tuffy.
That did seem like a pretty good fight.
Hello, ZSR2. We're just finishing up here.
Looks like it's a pretty big goal, unless they split
Yeah.
in a very late spot.
Assuming they split fade out. Yeah. So it's like a 15-second gold, give or take. Nice.
Yes, Fodder. Morgan grabbed the compass. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. Probably just for fun. Why not? You know, it's pretty funny. But also, now we see all that treasure that's not being collected. Alright, let's see if Tuffy gets the bonk. Nice. Very
She
good.
did indeed bonk.
Valid run.
That is what we like to see.
Oh, that was weird. The jump attack completely missed from Morgan. Alright. Entering Zelda. So the final boss fights together take about 5 minutes, so we're looking around a 3:28 for Morgan.
Yeah. Give or take. Not a great start for the Zelda.
Interesting though, the clank prevented them from getting hit.
Two.
But not that time.
Alright, minimum 9 cycle. This could be their time to take back the title of the worst Zelda that they had before.
It's certainly a good start for a bad amount of cycles,
Yep.
because they've already had 3 cycles, but only 1 lightning orb. Alright, Tuffy gonna showcase how to fight King Boblin 4 on Wii.
Oh, it's a minimum 10. All swoops so far. Alright, still a minimum of 10. They could have the first 12, you never know.
So yeah, because the Wii version can't chain spin attacks, it's a bit different. So Tuffy had to do a bunch of combos instead of just spin attacks.
Alright, this is the 10th. And they get a triangle, so it's a minimum 11.
Alright. Are we gonna see a new worst, or... Nope.
No, they get an 11. I believe that's the second 11.
That is a pretty slow Zelda, though.
Yep, 3-minute Zelda. Happens sometimes.
Just one of those days. I mean, you'd rather it happens on a race run like this, where there aren't any super high stakes at this point, than on a run where you're happy with your pace. Right, backstabbing Ganon. Very nice.
Capital D colon. The record for Zelda? I think it's like 17.
I think that's right. I don't remember. I feel like the record is held by Gligar for most amount of cycles. Not so much like slowest Zelda, but the most cycles. Oh, something went wrong for Morgan, I think, because we're looking at a bit of a strange cycle. Yeah, Beast won the race against JD. It was a pretty close race. In the end, only 1 minute apart. Can't skip S. Ah, Tuffy tried to do the strat where you just throw the bomb at the Dynalphos to kill them. Didn't quite work the first time, but the second time it worked out. So she's heading outside now to go get the boss key. Morgan, unfortunately, a bit too far away to land the light arrows on Ganondorf. Oof, it's a bit unfortunate. Nice. Good turn. One more. And there we go. Alright. So Morgan is on to the final phase and then they will be done. Oh, I just bumped my microphone, sorry. Hope it didn't alarm anybody.
It did.
My bad. TP time loss for Tuffy. Alright, GG, Morgan.
GG. Feel free to come in.
Wow. Morgan blames
Hello.
Trez. Welcome in,
Hello.
Morgan.
You know, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for saying that I was playing well today. I was not. That's not true.
I mean, like, some parts of the run were pretty good.
Yeah, I got a couple golds.
Like,
I
other
got a
parts were,
22
like-
second- I got a 22-second golden light sword somehow, with like fumbling the soul on the way out of Eastwing.
Yeah.
Everything else was pretty rough. Obviously, I have no. You guys are saying like it's a risky thing. Like it's not a problem in PB attempts. It's not a problem in practice.
Yeah, I completely feel you on that.
But like every race I've tried to do ZA and I screw up the slide for 3 minutes. I don't get it.
It's just the added. It feels like extra pressure, even though it, it feels like it shouldn't be, but it kind of is, and then it makes it just a bit harder.
Yeah,
But
it's.
I agree with you that it's not that risky.
Jaquade is going to beat the snot out of me next week anyway, so I might just run ELH again. I do know the route.
That would be cool to see too. Alright, Tuffy is...
So I'm not going to stick
just
around. I
gonna
have
get his
dinner.
level.
That might be a Zelda gold.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yep.
2 second
Yo,
gold.
I am leaving. I'm out of here. I have
Oh, you're heading out?
It's dinner time.
See ya. Have a nice.
See ya.
dinner.
Good luck with the rest of the run, Tuffy. Don't get a new Zelda world record, or do. Oh wait, she's for Zelda.
She gold is Zelda, don't worry.
Oh, nice. Anyways, yeah. See you guys next time, whenever it is.
See ya.
Sure thing. Alright, so... Oh. Something happened here. I think Tuffy didn't quite get the correct combo on Beast Cannon, and that's why we didn't get the drop from the ceiling.
Something with a lot of salt, Jaquade.
Right, so I think Tuffy has to go back to human here to
Yeah.
finish this fight. Alright, and she does know to do it. Nice. Good backup. So then we just have 2 more phases.
Yep.
Let's see which RNG she gets on the start of this fight. That's a fine start, and then
Yep. Looks good to me.
straight ahead. Oh, this is a pretty difficult pattern if you're not if you don't know what he's going to do. So he's going to do a really sharp turn now.
Yep.
Yep, and she
Oh,
didn't
just
quite-
missed.
Yeah, just barely missed it. There's an interesting thing. Oh, she didn't get the spin attack. Wow. So, while you're on horseback, your spin attacks recharge faster on Wii.
Really.
Yeah.
Guess that makes sense.
Oh, but she does know the backup to slash opponents to get going faster. Nice.
I didn't know that backup.
If you get knocked down from opponent during this fight, you should slash her. You know, just punish her for making you fall.
Ah, okay.
And then shield dash when you get up. So you save a little bit of time. You know, just casual animal abuse.
Yeah.
Which is par for the course in speedrunning, so. Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate. Alright.
Just got some spins and then we're done.
Luckily, the cooldown on spin attacks doesn't matter. On this fight, of course.
Yeah, this is probably easier on Wii.
Well, it's really hard to miss auto spins on Wii because you just
Yeah.
shake your nunchuck. That's really nice, but sometimes there's other things that are not so great about it. But I love Wii. It's a great version. Would recommend. GG,
GG.
Tuffy.
3:38:36. Feel free to come in for an interview, and then we'll wrap up.
This was a really good race in general. I think we saw so many different routes and a
Yep.
bunch of different tricks because of it. So very cool. Really enjoyed that. It was good fun to do some commentary again for the first time in a long time. I'm glad I said yes when Anno mentioned that we still needed commentary. Yeah, the Wii road is super cool. It's also very difficult. The beginning of it, it's quite rough, but Tuffy made it look easy. She's great.
True. Tuffy never misses Gorgeford.
Just press A, forehead.
Literally. Yeah, if you want to, you can,
If you want
Tuffy.
to.
Chat for a bit, then wrap up. Looks like she is. Okay, hi Tuffy. GG.
GG.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, that was a run of all time. I don't know how to feel about it, but it's a run, I guess.
Lots of golds.
Yeah, lots of golds, but unfortunately not a PB.
If you had PB'd, you would have won the race.
Probably. It's just pretty much. Where's my PB? Okay, so if I didn't fail scene clip on that stupid way, I probably would have won the race. But
Damn.
whatever.
That sucks.
Yeah, like it wasn't even my fault at all. It was just mostly RNG on stupid bird.
Yeah, the bird
There's
was
also...
really trolling.
Yeah, and then there was the gate incident at the beginning.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. I don't know. Sometimes my Wiimote just doesn't want to register my inputs. Therefore, I just side hop into the void, and I did not do bid, and I forgot that if I did bid on 2 hearts, that would mean that if I void out, I die. Therefore, yeah, I wouldn't spawn in Farron.
Yeah, the Wiimote is super sensitive sometimes, so if it senses the smallest amount of movement, it doesn't let you pause the game, and then you can't bid from that.
Gorge Void, EMS, and like Hugo, all of that was really good.
Yeah.
It was. Like, most of my goals are from the beginning, really. Like, I golded, like, Bo, even though Bo didn't give me that good of RNG. I golded Hugo, Jamal, Master Sword, even Boomerang, because I got Spider Skip.
You had like 2 minutes of golds, right? Like your some of best was like 318 at the beginning, something.
Yeah. It was. Then I golded Enter Arbiters, even though I did a safety save because of map glitch. I suck. And Spinner. I was surprised I golded Spinner, because like Spinner was so bad. I felt like it was so bad. It felt so scuffed or whatever.
And then you can gold it again. If you think your gold is really bad, then it's time save for the next gold.
That is copium indeed. And then I golded Enter Argorok. I had a decent fanless. A good Kai clip though. And actually a decent fan tower, which was nice. Although Air Alpha Skip just messed me up. I got the pixel, but the void. I got the void pixel. So that was cool.
Yeah, Crush Void was really unfortunate. But then you got the... On the respawn, you got it super fast, so...
Yeah, I wish that happened when I was trying the... when I was trying it before the void, but, you know, sometimes it happens. Then I golded Zelda for some reason, even though my gold was like a 7 cycle. Was that the worst 7 cycle of all time? I don't remember.
Do you split from fade out of the boss door until fade out of Zelda?
Yes.
Because then
yeah,
your gold would be a lot faster. Yeah.
Oh no. Well,
so
yeah,
then you have a very slow 7 cycle.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think it was either all triangles or like with lungs, but like she took so long to do attacks, so whatever.
Do you remember how many cycles it was?
It was 7.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you
and yeah, and I golded with an 8 cycle. Which was interesting. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, in Dark Beast Ganon, my motion controls were being funky, so I didn't finish a combo in time. Then Horseback, I don't know what the hell happened in Horseback. I don't know if you saw it, but she shot like an invisible arrow at some point. It was so weird.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, and then like she failed this shot for like, I don't know. It was gonna hit him. I was convinced. It was so weird, and
the pattern was really hard.
It was so bad. Yeah, and I didn't feel like I was doing bad on my notch because you know, it depends on that. And I don't know, man. It was weird, but whatever. I don't care that much.
Next up, you're against the winner between Garm, Ukyo, and Ether.
That's interesting. But yeah, okay. It would be interesting to run against those runners. Especially Garm. Because he has like a similar PB to mine. And he does different route than most runners. So that's kind of nice if I face him. But if I face the other two, I don't have any issue. They're cool. All runners are cool. Very cool. And you commentators too, thanks for the commentate. Even though I was not present because I need to focus on the run. I don't want to get distracted. But I bet you did a very good job.
No, we did terribly, actually.
What? How could this be?
Yeah, this is the worst commentary ever.
Why?
I think it was.
I don't know, it just wasn't happening. Like, no chemistry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And that's when their chemistry arrived.
Yeah, okay. I think we can probably wrap it up now then, unless you have any final thoughts.
Let's go. Well, with this I can say that compared to my last run, I can definitely, even though I'm gradually losing time over the run, it's nice to know that I can be consistent. At least. That's some tricks in specific. So yeah, if it wasn't for the beginning, like the first split at all, I would have PB'd, most probably, because it was like a 5-minute time loss. So yeah, with that out of the way, yeah, a PB is a PB. But yeah,
Right.
Thank you all for having me here.
Yep, thanks for showing the Wii run. It's pretty sweet. More people should run Wii.
Yeah, especially Bite in races. It's so cool. You love Gorge Void.
You never fail Gorge Void, so...
Well, I don't know. I just press A. That's literally the only thing I can
Yeah,
say.
everyone
I
else
don't
just
know
has to
why
get
I
good.
haven't failed it.
Yeah, just press A.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Everything else was bad except Gorge Void. But yeah.
All right, sounds good. Let's wrap up.
All right.
Yeah.
Here, give our runners a follow. Oh, Beast and JD's links are gone, but they're in the, if you on the interview page, they're under the Twitch column. And make sure to bots. Okay, give QWERTY and FX a follow. And thank you for commentating.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so let's see. Tomorrow we've got 3 races. The main bracket winners finals is the last one. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. We've got a main bracket race at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then a double feature at 1 p.m. Eastern. Not sure which ones, if those are both main or redemption or one of each. I'm gonna try the commentator command again. Whatever. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.